We are back on another video, and today we had a great conversation about Genshin Impact. I wanted to do a podcast kind of breaking everything down from NatlAN. Was it overhated? Was it underrated? To the state of the game currently, as well as Nodkrai 6.0. What do people like? What do they dislike? How could we make certain systems better if we're going to be criticizing it? And overall, it was a great constructive conversation with, I think, a lot of different faces. I wanted to make this a thing where we really get different perspectives and not just the casual quote unquote woo woo player, right? So we got Axe here, we got Fleur, my homie Tayuji, Tori, we got Pharaohs, and of course myself. So yeah, we pretty much break things down, positive, negatives, and I think you guys are going to enjoy this. I might do one again Saturday, but this might potentially become a weekly or bi-weekly thing. So let me know what you think. I appreciate all the homies for being there, and all their links will be in the description. Go follow them. I love you boys. I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. I just wanted to talk about like your guys' thoughts of like Genshin. We could talk about like the gotcha space as well, but it seems like the Nodkrai stuff has a lot of quote unquote drama farming or controversy around it. So I just wanted to know everyone's perspective. Obviously, it's like just a normal convo. Like if you agree, you could say yes, disagree, etc. So I guess we'll start with like Fleur. Like Fleur, what do you do? Like just introduce yourself. Like everyone introduce themselves. Content, plug your stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Fleur. For the most part, I do HSR content, but prior to HSR, I played a bunch of different gacha games, including Genshin. Like I was a day one player, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I still play it now, so yeah, I'm looking forward to Nodkrai after not liking Natlin as much as the previous stuff, but
Yeah. We'll touch on that.
Nodkrai at least, I'm definitely looking forward to.
But wait, so how like I'll ask this to everyone while doing the intro. Like, how are you enjoying the game like right now currently? I know we're not gonna jump too deep into Nodcry stuff. Also, it was a good time. Welcome back, brother. Like, what do you
Um,
are you still enjoying it? Are you not enjoying it? Are you looking forward to Nodcry? Well, you said you're looking forward to Nodcry, but like
yeah, I'm definitely looking
overall,
forward to Nodkrai.
okay,
But during, I don't know, I would say like 5.1 to 5.4, I was definitely not feeling the game. And then as the patch progressed and we got like stuff that felt more different, like for example, the summer event, that didn't really feel like Natlan to me. It felt more like traditional Genshin, I guess, for lack
yeah.
of a better way to describe it. So I've actually been enjoying it, like enjoying the game again. So
Okay, that's awesome, bro. I think that's dope.
yeah.
Axe was good. Plug everything. How you feeling? What do you do? Where can we find you?
Hel- Hello, my name is Axe. I used to only do HSR content, but I've more moved to doing just like Hoyo stuff, and like if I feel like it, I might try like making Wuwa content again. Um,
Don't do it. Don't join
my
us,
videos
bro.
take a while.
Being kind of fit
Yeah,
right
no,
now.
I don't upload
Yeah.
super often, but when I do, I'm sure they're great. For Genshin right now, I've been playing it for about like 3 years at this point. I started at the beginning of Sumeru, and like I think we were talking about this a little bit before, but I've kind of reached a point where if I miss a day of like dailies or resin, I just don't really think about it anymore. I used to be concerned, now I'm not.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, are you happy with the game currently? Do you think like its
um
concerns are exaggerated, valid? Oh,
I think some of
combination
them are definitely exaggerated for sure. I
for
think
sure.
some stuff is massively blown out of proportion, but I do think a lot of it is valid criticism, but just the way it's presented makes it blown up into something way bigger than it actually is.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I think there's like legitimate validity to that, right? And that's why I wanted to talk about it because yeah, we'll get to that for sure. Ty, hit us with your intro. What's good, brother?
Yo, what up? My name is Tayuji. I mainly make Genshin Impact content, also, and right now I am currently enjoying the game to an extent. I think that me personally, Natlan was like my least favorite region. Doesn't mean all of it was bad, but it was this. So I am excited for Nodkrai. The region looks amazing. The characters look good. I started playing around when the game released, like mostly because of COVID, and that's why my exploration looks way better in Mondstadt and Leeway. Then it falls off super hard after that because when we were able to do more stuff, I just stopped exploring as much. But yeah,
Yeah.
right now, yeah, I'm still enjoying it right now. I've been logging in every day, even though I don't necessarily feel the need to.
Yeah. Okay. No, it's awesome. It's awesome. I'm excited to hear your thoughts, like, because I know you do like a bunch of challenges and like, can I beat this with 4 stars and stuff? So like, you do the really extra stuff with the game. So like you have a really good understanding of it. How you feeling, Pharaohs? Was good. Hit us with your intro.
Pharaohs. When it comes to content on my channel, honestly, it's anything, man. If I'm enjoying the game, I'm gonna cover it. If I'm not enjoying it, I might drop it and farm it. That's how it is.
Yes,
But
sir. Yes, sir. Now let them know. Let them know.
yeah. But when it comes to Genshin Impact, honestly, the last time I touched the game was the live stream. That was like the last time I touched the game, and it was just to put in the codes. But before that, like I barely touched the game for like a month, and the reason why is because NatlAN was like it was like the nail on the coffin for me because the story was just not that good to me personally. The way that they Capitano, now he's just sitting on the chair. I don't know, man. But overall, the game, I feel like the game has potential, but the community and the devs are just holding the game back. So I'm gonna try Nodkrai to see how it is, but if it's the same thing over and over again, I'm out. And 30 videos farming it.
Quick question: did you play before? Like, how long were you playing the game? Not like a you had to play for 300 hours to have an opinion, but just like type of shit. Like, what were you like? Where'd you stop? Like, because I stopped similarly to you, like with Nodkrai, right? Like, were you playing it for a bit?
When like okay, version 5.1. When did they announce Mavui Concility? I forgot what that.
I think there was one or
New Year's.
two, right?
5.2.
Yeah.
Around
I think
the
it was
time.
5.2.
Yeah. So
because it was
when-
5.3. Yeah.
Oh wait, was it 20?
okay. So
No, I
when
was
they-
just agreeing.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Sorry.
bad.
you're good. You're good. You're good. But when they announced that Mavui Concility were in both phases, like in the same phase, yeah, I was out.
Yeah.
That's when I just left the game. But before that, I was playing the game a lot. Like I was on the game daily. I would
For
log
sure.
in, grind some artifacts, build my characters, go through the story. But 5.2 was like the last time I was really active on the game.
Okay. 5.2, 5.3. Yeah, someone's saying different. Whichever one, it was roughly around that area. A lot of people have the same feeling. I don't. So yeah, for sure. And then hit us with your intro, Tori. What up, dog?
Hi, I'm Tori. I mainly play Genshin. I have more recently started to get into Wuwa, and I've been enjoying that and making content on that like as well on YouTube. How did I start playing? It was also COVID. I remember actually I saw a TikTok and I remember thinking like, oh my god, this game looks a lot like Breath of the Wild, and I love that game. So I downloaded it, and then I guess my life has been downhill ever since, or something like that.
Yeah, it's rough, dog. It's rough. It's rough.
Facts.
Mm.
No, I'm just kidding.
Absolutely. Yeah. How are you
Gotcha
satisfied
games,
with the
man.
game? Like currently?
I
Like how you feeling?
I am. I mean, I feel like with everything, it's not perfect, and there's a lot of criticisms that like are valid. I mean, obviously a lot that aren't as well, but
For sure.
overall, like I'm definitely satisfied. Like
Okay.
NatlAN could have been better in a lot of ways, but I don't think it was as bad as everyone made it out to be.
For sure. I'm definitely one of those people who made it out to be like the worst thing ever. So yeah, like absolutely right. It's my fault.
Same.
Yeah. Me and Pharaohs are one of the same. Like I know how Pharaohs feels about everything. Other than that, I really don't know how anyone else feels. But that's why I wanted to get y'all on. So okay, dope. So I guess like, do you guys want to hop into Nodkrai first, or just kind of quickly gloss over NatlAN? Because I think NatlAN seems to be a really big point of contention where a lot of people kind of stop playing. I do think that coincides with the release of Wuwa. Not like a Hoyo versus Koro thing, but like I know for me, I saw Kanich have a Spider-Man thing and running up the walls and like Shalom, and I'm like, bro, I just get this for free in a different game. So to me, I got frustrated with the monetization, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna dip. So I guess we can kind of maybe start like around NatlAN. Like overall, did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Like, what are your thoughts? Ty, you want to start?
Yeah, sure. For NatlAN, first off, like the character design, I know a lot of people talk about it. It was kind of removed from what they normally do. I feel like NatlAN is its own thing. I don't know. It doesn't feel like they all kind of, not all of them belong in Teyvat, like the world of Teyvat, which was kind of weird to me. Like Shalonen being a DJ, I thought Fontaine was the most technologically advanced. That was weird. But then the story in general, like it started out strong, but then it just feels like there was never any stakes. Like it just never felt like there was actually an issue. Like you would try and hype it up like it was, but then I'm like, I feel like we're gonna be okay. Like I don't feel like we're in any danger ever because Mavika's just always right during that story. And also one thing I didn't like was the exploration. Like when they added the characters in, they had to like they kind of added in the problem of making mountains way too tall, or like, it's easier to explore if you have the new characters, which I didn't necessarily like. But as I said, it's not all bad. Like, there was good parts of NatlAN,
For
and
sure.
I do like some of the characters, but just NatlAN was not like, that's why I personally don't like NatlAN, or I like NatlAN the least out of all of the regions.
Okay. Yeah. Well, piggybacking off the story stuff, like what I thought it started off strong with the 5.0 quest, like the first act. I actually really liked the Kachina one. I thought it was cute.
Yeah.
Like where I thought she was gonna get clipped. Then I fell off in the second act. But like, how does everyone else feel about like the story? Because like I know that there was a portion where you go to war and they're on the balloon, and then Saurians died, and everyone.
Hey, that was a funny meme though. Just show you that
Dude.
it spawned some good memes.
Yeah. Like I
The Call of
remember.
Duty leaderboard.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was like,
Like,
oh,
bro.
you made 4,000 Saurians die. People were really upset by that type of stuff, but I didn't really like. I don't know. I felt like they're like, again, you said no stakes. I think that's a big gotcha problem in general. But like, what do you think? Like Fleur, Axe, Tori, Ferris, what are you guys feeling? Yeah, Tori, hit me.
So like this is a genuine question for all of you. Like when I was going through that quest, I was like, oh my God, like I need to make as many people live as possible. Like that was my goal. Did like were you guys not feeling that like stress at all? Or like did you not want to like do that? Or how was that for you guys? Like genuine to those who did it?
So for me, I was honestly similar to you. I actually liked the idea of the war arc, where it was like, okay, there are actually consequences for not going to save one person or a group of people or clear an area and stuff like that. I think that was good.
We had a very different expectation of what NatlAN was going to be before we went into the region, right? Because by far that was the region we knew the least about. So I think people's expectations kind of like ruined it for some people, because people sort of expected it to be all, it's all war and dragons and blood, or whatever, right? But then we got something that was kind of different. Like I would say the tournament arc I actually thought was really fun. I enjoyed the dynamic between Mulan and Kachina. I think it was definitely an interesting change of pace to have a competent Archon. Because like we've had, Farina, she's always, she's suffering, whatever. Nahida is in prison, Raiden is, well, she's Raiden.
She was like
Venti's
a Shonen
drunk.
Jump character. She was like One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Low-key. Yeah.
And I think that was like why so many people were calling her like what, the dreaded title, Mary Sue, right? And I used to have that opinion, and my opinion just kind of changed. I think it was nice to have an Archon who's actually going to do her job and like do it well for, her people. But I will say about like, it's like Nation of War. For that war arc, I say I definitely preferred it more than like that one in Inazuma where it's like 10 soldiers standing on a beach. You guys know that one cutscene?
Bro, wait.
Yeah.
I low-key, I
Yep.
low-key fucked with that so heavily. I feel like I'm the only one who kind of liked Inazuma, like straight up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will say it's a massive step up from that. But like the balloon arc took so long, and I just didn't care. I was
Yeah.
like, I did it for like 15 minutes, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
For sure. Why do you think, like, in Tori and Pharaoh's chiming on this as well? Because like I'm a Genshin tourist when it comes to lore, right? But everyone told me the Nation of War, and like I think NatlAN up until Notcry was to me objectively the most beautiful region. Like if it was not called NatlAN, I would have been like, yo, this is gorgeous. I mean, it still is gorgeous, but like I'm thinking of like Keyblade Graveyard from like Kingdom Hearts, like some crazy shit, like a real war, and then it's the fucking land of Pokemon. Right. So like what do you think set the expectation? Do you think it was the community, or do you think it was the game that set the expectation of Nation of War? Or a combination?
I would say the community,
Yeah.
because I mean, I remember being very shocked that people were upset and like kind of disappointed that NatlAN
Yeah.
was so colorful and so bright when it's inspired by like South Central America and then obviously Africa. Like, and those cultures are very bright, colorful. Like, so that to me, I remember being like, that makes sense. Like, this is like, you could kind of tell where things are inspired by. So I think I remember like the first criticism I heard was that specifically people think the aesthetic didn't match the aesthetic they created in their head. So that I think confused me. That was like the first, I feel like, community expectation that wasn't
Yeah.
met. That was like the beginning of the end, I feel like, really. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't. What do you think, Pharaohs? What do you think?
Me, I remember, like, you know how whenever you reach the end in like each nation, like the story arc, for Fontaine, it was never let. Before we entered NatlAN, he was like, NatlAN is the nation of dragons. And I remember Varka, when he sent the letter or something like that, he sent the letter to the Knights of Favonius. He said that he met Capitano and they're at NatlAN right now, and then he was just saying how much of a menace Capitano is. It's like when before I entered NatlAN, I thought it was gonna be that nation where, yeah, it was gonna be like, sunshine and rainbows, obviously it's Genshin Impact. But I was hoping that there would be some sort of, like, I don't know how to say, but I was hoping that it would be serious. Like the story would enter a whole new level when it comes to stakes. People are actually losing their lives because it is the nation of war. But when we got there, I don't know, man. It's like my expectations. Like the first quest, it wasn't bad. I like the first quest,
Yeah. I
but
agree.
the war part, when we were on like the hot air balloon and then we were just watching NPCs die, it was like I just couldn't feel anything because I know that when it comes to NPC characters dying, it just doesn't matter. Meanwhile, when it comes to like playable characters losing their lives, it's a lot more impactful. So the way that we view NatlAN, it was definitely on the community for sure. Like it was definitely on the
Yeah.
community for expecting NatlAN to be some sort of, I don't know, like a nation of like
Something
everybody
crazy.
just losing their lives. Yeah, something insane.
Yeah.
But I think we were
I
just hoping. We were just hoping that Genshin would turn into something, you know, serious.
Put
But
our expectations
unfortunately,
on
didn't
it.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, we're talking about something with like the fucking story. You're enjoying the NatlAN story pretty much by the end of the day. You think it's overhated, correct?
Um, kind. I mean, I think there was definitely a different direction that was taken. Like I was talking about how I think it was a good change of pace to have a competent Archon. So I think
Okay.
that's why Mavuika kind of. I think she gets blamed really hard for the story, which I mean I can't really like fault people for thinking that, but I would say it's not my favorite story for sure. I think Act 5 was probably the weakest, or no, not the weakest out of those, but it was pretty weak
It
compared to
wasn't as
like what we
strong as
came
like
off of.
Fontaine, right?
I think Sumeru and Fontaine were better, yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I think Fontaine to me is still probably like top two Gotcha Quest. Out of the big
Oh, for
four, I know
sure.
some dude's gonna be like,
True.
I played Wizardry.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about like the big four, right? Like Fontaine, like I think Farina, if you dropped Farina into like another piece of media, like an anime, like she's just so fucking awesomely written, where it's like that made me love the game again. And then NatlAN just made me fall out of it. But what do you think about it, Fleur? What are your thoughts overall, just like on the story? Like quickly, did you fuck with it? Did you not fuck with it? Did you expect war or real war? Or like what were you thinking?
Yeah, so I generally go into each region without expectations. So like
Smart.
I know that a lot of people went into Natlin being like, all right, I want some like hardcore shit. Like I expect people dying left and right, like big war stuff. But I just kind of went in like, all right, whatever happens, if it impresses me, great. If it doesn't, then obviously not great. I think it started off good and I was kind of vibing with it. And then I also enjoyed the concept of the war arc because it actually felt like there were some stakes, or at least they were trying to make it feel like there were. But the end I felt was both rushed and also there wasn't enough like
Sorry.
there wasn't really like nuance added to it. It was literally, all right, we're going to the realm, we're gonna fight the dragon. Mavica one shots it with the traveler's help, and then you just leave, and that's it. You win.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, no, you had to do 3 big flame slashes.
oh my bad,
Yeah,
my
you
bad.
had to do the
Yeah,
exact
yeah.
same flame slash 3 times.
I just want to say I'm so tired of games making me do something 3 times. Wu has been doing this since Cantarella's quest, and it's fucking pissing me off.
I don't know what
gotta-
it, every
Yeah.
video game like
I-
even Batman
Yeah.
Arkham, like every fucking game just does it in 3s. I don't know why.
I don't want to find the same fucking sword 3 times. I get there's lore reasons behind it. Fucking let me just sit down, like please. But yeah. Continue. I got you.
Yeah, so I think honestly they had solid build up. Like I feel they actually developed the characters, especially at the beginning, well. Like we were talking about Kachina and Milani earlier. Like that was solid, like in the very first patch. But then as time went on and like they kept building up, I felt like the payoff just wasn't there.
Yeah.
At least for me.
A question: do you think the payoff was not there because of the way it was written, or do you think it was because of the storytelling? Because I feel like the storytelling didn't really evolve either, which is another thing that a lot of people, including myself, were frustrated with the normal style. So I guess that's like applicable for everyone as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I watched the cutscenes, but I stopped after like halfway through Act 2. I just couldn't do it anymore. But I got super bored of just Traveler, and then the same old fucking bullshit. So, like, do you think that is part of it or not at all? You're not even taking that into consideration when you're talking about like the lack of, I guess like the dissatisfaction from the ending.
For me at least, I the oldest gacha that I've ever played is FGO. And for those of
Yeah.
you not familiar, that is literally just a visual novel.
Yeah.
So like the presentation isn't necessarily like the biggest factor for me because at the end of the day, like we're just, reading a story, but at the same time, this is also a multi-billion dollar company, excuse me. So it's like, could they put more effort into that presentation, give us more cutscenes and that kind of stuff? Yeah. But I also think it would be disingenuous to say that it hasn't improved as well. Like I think this isn't necessarily related to NatlAN, but the most recent Lantern Rite actually had a lot of like good character interaction and animations that just weren't there in previous ones. So
Okay.
Yeah, and the cutscenes have also improved since version 1.0 as well.
I see.
Mhm.
Well, I think the cutscenes have been always been pretty solid. Like I look at the Mavica versus Cappuccino cutscene, like the beginning one in 5.0, like that shit was fucking crazy. But I think to me it's more of like getting to these situations is what always feels like a slog
Yeah.
in like HSR in Genshin and even at points in Wuwa at the beginning of the game, right? It was fucking rough. So I feel like we all pretty much touched on the story. I think one big point of contention for NatlAN as well was the characters exploration mechanics and like the Nightsoul stuff. So like Tori, you like the game. So like what do you think?
Mhm.
Like genuinely do you think it's the biggest deal in the world? Do you understand, like what do you feel?
Wait, can I say like one thing about the
Oh yeah, of
story?
course, of course. What's up?
Only because I asked the question, but
Yeah.
I was just gonna say for me, I know a lot of you guys didn't really like how slow the hot air balloon bit was, but to me, I kind of like that because normally in game, like if you need to go kill like 100 of X enemy, you could just TP and you could finish it in like a minute. But I kind of liked how like it was more, I guess, realistic that you had to sit there and go and see as like everything was getting burned down as you tried to help who you could. I guess it was kind of boring, but like to me in that moment I did really actually enjoy that. It made me like stressed out.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's
See
fair.
that? Yeah.
I just wanted to share that, sorry.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. What do you think? Does anyone else have anything on the story, or
Uh,
y'all chilling on that?
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, for the
Axe, were you
story,
gonna say something? Oh, good.
there was like this one part I forgot. So for the final act in the story, you remember how was it like a beach party before they had
Oh yeah,
to?
Yeah, right before the final battle.
Yeah, that I didn't finish that part at all. I just left it.
Mm.
That's like one of the main things I didn't like about the story is whenever it's really just you. Like let's say you're going from point A to point B. It's like how you get to the conclusion in the story is just I don't know, man. It just gets annoying at some point. It's just like the same thing over and over again. And Paimon, like the thing is, when it comes to Paimon, this might be a hot take, but Paimon, sometimes I do appreciate her just a little bit because she can like dub down the story and help me understand what's going on. But
Yeah.
it's a little bit like too much when like she regurgitates everything the characters are saying, and even if they're saying something that's easily understandable, she'll say something be like, "Oh, you said this. Let me go ahead and repeat what you just said." So I'll say Paimon C definitely like ruined the storytelling for me just a little bit, but there are some moments where I do appreciate her. So yeah.
Well, I think like the idea of Paimon isn't even necessarily bad, right? It's just
Yeah.
the execution of it. Like having a companion that can help you understand things, especially like in a game where I'm gonna just keep it a stack. From my understanding of it, I've only played the main quest, excluding the final parts of NatlAN. I fucking have no idea what's going on with this lore. Like in the sense of like I didn't do the side quests, I didn't read the books in fucking Fontaine and all these other places. So sometimes it's good to have someone who can dumb that shit down for you. But I guess we could touch on it a little bit. One of the things that they talked about with Nodkrai is like how they're going to try to change that direction and integrate like character stories into the main Archon quest. I am severely nervous that these are just going to be 8 to 10 hour overbloated figures just standing. Like when I look at like the skirt quest of the blob, like maybe the quest might have been good, but I see like the blob shit and I'm just like, this is fucking crazy to me, right? So I don't know how they're going to make the storytelling better. I hope they do. Obviously, it might not be important for some people, right? Like, Fleur, you said you played FGO and whatnot, but I think to me, it comes to the point where it's like, again, this is like $23 billion, 8 hours of just fucking yap. And the story is not even necessarily bad. Like, the Genshin lore is good from the parts I understand. But I'm also sitting here like, I don't need to go watch another YouTube video. Let me rephrase, I shouldn't need to go to another YouTube video or a website to try to understand everything going into Nodkrai. And I think that's a little crazy. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what happens there. But yeah, it's not.
The skip button. That's it.
I will
think
get
all we
to.
need.
Yeah, we'll get to that. What happened?
I think to touch on your point about how you were nervous about the story quests being like 8 to 10 hours, this is basically what they did in Honkai Star with Enforius, because you notice we don't get companion quests anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I'm personally nervous for. And also, when you have a cast that's so big, characters will inevitably get like pushed to the wayside. Like characters like I think Eon, Sonic, Kanich especially were very underutilized. Like Kanich literally has more lore outside of the game than he does in the game, and that shouldn't be a thing. Like it's just sad, and I'm very nervous for Nodkrai. Like I have faith that it will be better, and I think it looks better from what I've seen. But if they're gonna, keep like the same like skirk blobs in the story, then I'm it's doomed to fail.
Yeah. Well, I definitely want to touch on that in a moment because that's going to lead into something completely different with Notcry. But like, what do you think about like the NatlAN character story? And then we'll go to everyone else. Like, do you think like the Nightsoul points is like egregious and like the expiration is like pay to win the way like someone like I would say it? Or like, do you think it's not that deep? Because it's okay if you don't feel that way, right? Like,
I only
Hit me.
felt I didn't really think it was that deep. I know a lot of
Okay.
people really didn't like the exploration. I think they could have optimized it better. Like I remember I was talking with Darcy and we were kind of saying like it would have been nice if how Kenichi in his little idol, he has like that screen and you can see the little Saurians.
Yeah.
We should have gotten a device like that where you can equip it and then you can scroll wheel. I want to be the Tatankasaur. Now I could be the Tatankasaur. I think that would have made it feel less painful because sometimes, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I have almost all the NatlAN characters, I think except for Chaska and Uolani. And 9 times out of 10, I do end up using the Saurian thing that's like right there. Unless like I know it's going to be long or hard or something, but like I normally end up using that. But I think having something like that would have made it feel a little bit less painful for the people who don't have the characters, or like sometimes you can't find it. Like there have been times I'm looking around, I'm like, where the hell's the grappling hook? Like I could switch into Kanich faster than I could find the the guy. So that is
Yeah.
a little bit annoying. But I don't think it was as bad as everyone said it was. Yeah, I don't know.
I
Like
feel like
I felt like, oh sorry. What were you
no.
saying?
Continue. No, I'm listening to you.
I was just gonna say I low-key felt a better exploration buff when I got Shen Yun than when I got any NatlAN character. Like I remember
Really?
like Shen
Okay.
Yun, like when I got her in that skill hopping around, literally I was like, oh, this is like peak. Like I beat the game. But like with NatlAN, like I never felt like with that with the character. Kind of Varessa. I use her a lot now, but
Versus fast as fuck.
none of them felt like that broken or like Shen Yun still to me feels more
For sure.
efficient. Like
Yeah.
I think if
I
they
mean, at
would've-
least oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I think if we had that gadget, I don't think it would be a fucking problem. Like straight up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't think people
that would have
bat
solved
an
like a lot
eye.
of it.
I think either just do that or like, if you have like I know a lot of other people complained about like not being able to utilize the extra stuff outside of NatlAN. Like if there's like a phlogiston consumable or some shit, like something like that. But overall, I agree. If there would have been something like that, I don't think people would be frustrated. I think people were frustrated like myself. Like if you look at like Genshin, there was like a term like exploration teams before NatlAN. Like you would buy Shanyun, you'd buy Kaza, you would buy Wanderer, you'd buy all these characters because exploration in itself could feel like a chore depending on the type of person you are. But it's like, oh hey, I'm gonna buy C2 or C1 Yulan, so I get 2 dashes out of this, right? And then it was like already monetized, but there was really no other open world game at the time, so I feel like there was no comparisons. But then like when NatlAN came out, I feel like they just took it to a whole different fucking level where it's like exclusive to NatlAN. It's like it felt like an episode of Mean Girls is how I would say. Like this is the cool region, like where you get mad extra points and do all this extra shit. So that's where I think a lot of the frustration came through. Also like Wuwa being like a completely free alternative and getting all those for free. But yeah, what were you saying, Fleur?
Oh, I was just gonna say I kind of agree with Tori where like the the character movements didn't feel as impactful to me as some of the older stuff. Like even today, like with a lot of NatlAN characters on my account, I use Yolan more than I use Milani or Zielanen or whoever. So it's like, yeah, you could say that it is locking stuff behind rolling for characters and it's region locked and stuff like that. But if there's other alternative options, then personally, I don't find it to be that big of an issue. But it definitely could have been better if there was stuff like the gadget, like Tori said. So
Yeah, I think it's just the accessibility, right? It's also like,
Mhm.
do you use Yelan more in like NatlAN, or are you just talking about like the open world? Because I feel like a lot of the NatlAN characters to me kind of feel a little not stinky, but they just feel normal outside of NatlAN, right? And NatlAN's where they really
just in
shine.
general,
Just in general?
most of
Okay.
the time I run around with Yelan and then Kazuha. So
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is like kind of to the point about like the gadget thing. Like I don't want to be that guy, but do you guys remember in Wuthering Waves, I think it was like 1.1, where people were tired of switching to a pistol user to do the puzzles, so they
Yeah.
gave you the little gadget to yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted the Saurians to be. Like I can just switch to the wheel and I can be like, yeah, I want to be this. I think Tori was saying this is like, I just want to turn into whatever I want. I can use it whenever I want, and that would, I don't have to go find my little dinosaur to do the puzzle. And that got really annoying really fast.
For sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Pharaoh?
So this might be like a
yeah.
tinfoil hat theory kind of thing, but do you think there's any like world where the reason they didn't do something like that is because they were spooked by like Pokemon? Because like
No.
okay,
I don't think so.
I don't know. Nintendo likes to sue. You don't know. You
yeah,
know?
I mean that's kind of what I was thinking. Because like there was the Pow World stuff recently, so
Mhm. And they already had the Breath of the Wild accusations from the beginning. So like two different franchises in one game, like being that could have been
Yeah.
bad.
I don't know. What do you think,
I'm
Ferris?
kidding.
What do you think before I speak?
Whole exploration thing.
Yeah, like, do you think like they wouldn't make a gadget like that, not because they're stupid and greedy, as we would say, but because of the fact that like they think they'll get sued? Like, what do you think?
Well, I don't think that's the reason why. I mean, honestly, when it comes to the whole gadget thing, it's an easy fix. All you have to do, like in Wuwa, you can like, let's say you have those yellow cubes. You know those yellow cubes that are in the map,
Yeah.
and you can like, yeah, you can like latch onto it, grapple to it, and then collect it. There were a lot of moments in Genshin where like, if I didn't have Kazuha, I would have to like go to a high mountain or something like that, and I would have to glide down to get the Geoculus or the Animoculus. So I would say when it comes to the exploration in Genshin, like there was literally a tier list for exploration, like characters. They made a whole tier list for it, which is crazy. So yeah, exploration in Genshin, I don't know, man. It's something that can be easily fixed, but devs just use it for whatever reason to just make more money. When it comes to the whole Nintendo thing, them suing them, it's a possibility. Like when you look at Honkai Nexus Anima, it might happen, but
But that's what I'm saying. Like they made Nexus
yeah,
Anima. Like I don't think they didn't make
I
a
don't know, man.
gadget because they were gonna get
Yeah.
sued. Like I think they didn't make a gadget, not trying to be a dick, but it's like because hey, you're inconvenienced. You can't find this fucking Saurian. How about you just pull Chaska, you
Mhm.
broke boy? You know what I mean? And like that's
definitely
fine.
fair.
And like that's fine though, because like
Yeah.
every gotcha game wants to sell a character. Like no one's pretending like, again, people tearing like the Koro versus Hoyo thing. Like obviously there's situations maybe a company's more quote unquote generous, but they're all gambling, right? But it does feel like even when you watch the live streams, hey, Shalona can run on walls. And then it makes you kind of forget the fact that you got Kachina who can run on walls for free. I mean, Kachina could activate scroll as well, but people don't want to use Kachina. They want to use Shalona. They want to buy Mavica and shit. So I just think it's a monetary thing, to be honest with you. But Ty, what do you feel? What do you think?
No,
Sorry to
I think that
interrupt.
it is a monetary thing for sure. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Or you guys.
I was
Okay.
just saying, like, is my mic, is like my AirPod audio this bad? I'm getting roasted in the chat.
Wait,
Like, should
are
I?
you? Oh,
It's
wait,
not. It's not that
I'm
bad.
not-
You
it's
just
not
got
that bad.
water.
Wait.
But it-
I'm not looking at
thing.
chat. Chat, we just don't know how to fix his mic, and I want to
funny,
get Pharaohs
bro.
in here because I fuck with Pharaohs heavily. So like, shut the fuck up, bitch. There you go. All right, I got you.
It's your
No,
AirPod
it's all
audio
good,
on
bro.
default, someone said.
Yeah.
On default, I'll try. Like, I've been trying. It's just not
Do input
working.
Yeti, I guess, output the AirPods?
Maybe
Did you
that
try
would-
that?
Yeah, maybe that would work.
Yeah, I did. It's just not
Damn.
working.
I don't know. We could hear you. I think people are just being a little extra.
Is this better?
Oh shit!
What?
It's perfect.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Holy shit!
God, okay, so re-say everything you said in like the past 30 minutes and then
Okay, but listen.
Let's
Oh wait,
run it back.
But the
it went
thing
back.
is-
It went back.
It went back.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when I switch it to Yeti, it sounds good, but I can't hear you guys through the AirPods.
Oh.
Bro, I'm gonna buy you a
You know
pair
what
of
I mean?
headphones, bro. I'm gonna buy you a pair of headphones.
Appreciate it, bro.
I got you. TM me after. All right. I got you. Yeah, wait. What were you saying though? Do you remember? Or
I
yeah,
don't.
we know the AirPods. It is what it is. What we do. Ty, what do you think?
Oh yeah. No, I think it is a monetary thing for sure. Like, I mean, we or most people, I think, can recognize that the main, like, the number one goal of every gotcha game is to make as much money as possible.
For
Like,
sure.
so I think because the reason why I think that is because in Mondstadt, Liyue, like Sumeru, they all had options for exploration, like wind currents, or like in the new like Changyu Valley, like they had the little fish thing where you could zap around. In Sumeru, you could grapple to the little yellow, whatever plant things that they added. But then in NatlAN, the only exploration option is to go out of your way to find like those saurians, and then they kind of work. Like I feel like it's just way better. Once I pulled C1 Varesa, I was cooking. Like I was going all over the place. I was like, wow, exploration feels so much easier here. And they are selling you a solution to a problem that they made, which is they just made a more expansive map. Like the map just feels way bigger. So it feels worse to just walk around normally as opposed to just pulling characters. That's
Yeah.
like my opinion on it. I feel like they 100% did all of that just to like try and sell characters and make money, which it's a gotcha game. It's to be expected.
Yeah, it's to be expected, but I just felt like it felt really egregious. Like to me, when I look
Oh
at
yeah,
like
for sure.
Fontaine,
This is the most egregious. Yeah.
yeah, like you had pneumonia and Osuya, whatever the fuck they're called, right? Like those weren't really changing combat. Like you could down an enemy in the abyss super quick. What up, Tori? What happened?
I was gonna say I would say Farina was like a bigger exploration buff in Fontaine, not having to find those stupid little orbs.
What
To
orbs?
me,
Oh
that
yeah,
felt like
be
a
able to
better
walk on water was
upgrade.
fire.
And the walking on water, exactly. To me, that felt like so much of like a better upgrade than any, again, NatlAN character. Maybe that's because of the
Really?
Saurians though, because like, and the other thing, you either had to use the right character on the team and like know who was what, or you could just have Farina and then just do a charge attack, and then you could do both. Like to me, that felt way like I remember being like, oh, thank God when I got her.
Bro, I've never been inconvenienced by that mechanic before. Like even
I'm just like
without
stupid then, I
using Farina.
guess.
No. You're not stupid. I mean, it's valid.
Okay.
I think it's very valid, right?
Sometimes I couldn't find them and I'd be like, man, fuck. Like I just get
Yeah.
really mad.
But you see how like I feel like there's a big difference, but like between those mechanics where it's not too prevalent in exploration as much as like the other stuff, and then in combat where you could just like deactivate a shield quickly. You could just kill the shield normally, but then like in the abyss, you have the character with the boss with the pillar, and if you don't want to use Kachina, if you don't have Shalom, then you have to find the exact rock to jump on, unless if you use like a certain character, right? I feel like it
Yeah.
bled into exploration and combat, which is where I was just like, okay, now I just feel like you're milking me for money, and that's where I was like, okay, I think I'm good. I don't know. What do you guys think? Because that's
I would
what a
agree with
lot
the
of people said.
combat.
Yeah.
The combat that I thought was like rude. Like, and I had Shilon and I had Lolly. Like, I could have done it with like 15 different characters, but I was like, this is like kind of stupid. And I remember actually I made a video. However, they asked me to make a video about a specific boss, that specific boss, and it was like I did show that like, oh, you can do it with Kachina, the character you get for free, but then like, yeah,
Yeah.
great. Now you have to bring Kachina's dumbass
Kachina.
all the way to floor 12. Like, hello, like that would see if I didn't have Shilon, I would have been pissed off.
Yeah.
Like. So I did think that, and then also the other guy. What is his name? The guy with like the really big bar that you have to use.
Fuck that guy, bro. I hate
The
him with a
Papilla?
passion.
I have like
Yeah.
every character, and I still, when I see him, my eyes almost roll to the back of my head. Like it pisses
Bro.
me off so badly. That I will say is like the exploration never bothered me. I use the Saurians all the time. The combat, even with the characters, I'm like, I'm pissed off. Or
Okay.
God forbid that stupid the weekly boss, that dragon. Have you ever tried doing that in co-op?
No, I don't.
Oh, it is
What
so
a
bad.
mess.
Yeah.
What a mess.
Oh, the
You
one that
can't
goes in
do
the
it.
air, right? Or are you talking about a
just get
different one?
my skirt.
You mean
weekly
the
boss on that one.
dragon that you fight at the end of the
Dragon.
NatlAN Story quest?
Yeah,
Oh,
him.
okay.
His
okay,
big
okay.
ass.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, no, I think that's valid.
Oh, don't piss me off. I hate him.
Okay. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's valid.
A mess.
What do you guys
I
think?
pretty much agree with that. Like the exploration isn't that big of a deal to me, but the combat is where I was just like, bro, this is not cool. Because like even fighting the minions in the overworld, like it feels like a nuisance. Because you have to break the bar first, and then you can actually kill the monster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not like a universal mechanic that is just like skill based, right? Because there are, I think a lot of people forget, and now maybe there's probably local legends I haven't fought because I stopped playing around like 5.0, 5.1. But a lot of those original local legends I really enjoyed, like the one where you have to do the perfect dodge and then you take
Mm.
down his health faster. There's the ones where you have to kind of like parry the ball with you have to freeze and the parry, and there's another one where like they summon you to a chamber and you have to kill a bunch of ads. But the more ads you kill, the more damage you do to yourself. Like they're clearly able to create combat that's creative, that's not always restricted to either characters or elements, but then their focus a lot of the times is doing that. Like in Stygian Onslaught, they added the fucking turtle out of all the local legends because it's connected to, like Lunar Reacts or normal Electro Charge. I'm just like, we could really be utilizing. Like they have great
Wait.
combat, but yeah, what happened?
Which turtle? Wait, the turtle or the cactus? Because the cactus is electro charge.
I think he's talking
don't-
about both.
Do you
Oh,
need?
Because like
both. They both do it.
Both
because the
are.
turtle you want like Moika
Oh, they do?
or
Okay.
Mualani mainly for it because you don't want to hit it too many times, and then the cactus
Yeah.
wants
That's for the
electric touch.
achievement, yeah.
Yeah.
For Stygian, I
Oh,
think
I
I used
just
my Skirk
take my
team for that guy.
Yeah, I use Skirk also, but
My-
like
Mhm.
my
it's because you
C6
can kind of
Skirk destroys
manipulate
it.
it with freeze.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Ethan, you should do the other two pages, the Duelist series, like those achievements. I did them like kind of recently because I've been putting it off for all the local legends, and it was like really fun. I would recommend doing it again. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like they are very capable of creating good content. Like it's not like
way more
they're-
fun than Stygian could ever be. Like
Yeah.
that's my Stygian onslaught, just the
we
local
could-
legends.
We could touch on Stygian, but anyone else, like anything about the NatlAN combat? How else you guys feeling about that? Or we feel like we're good on that? Everyone's kind of in agreement on here. Does anyone have any other opinions?
There
I-
is something I want to say though.
Okay, Axe, and then we'll go to Pharaoh's.
You can
Yeah,
go
what's
with
up?
I just think it's like kind of almost insulting in a way that even though you do have bosses like the Papilla, for example, like a lot of the NatlAN characters aren't even good against that boss. So then
Oh no.
And he died again.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Oh,
character
no.
like
Rest in
Mualani.
peace. Oh,
Oh
Did
okay.
Nope.
I cut out?
Cut
For
for
a second,
second,
but you're
back.
You're back though.
You're good. You're good.
we just got PTSD
Oh, okay.
flashbacks.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you take a character like Mualani, she's not that good against, like, despite being a NatlAN character, despite having Nightsoul, she's not that great against like Nightsoul shields. And like I think that's one thing. So I'm questioning what the point of Nightsoul is, especially because you can play like Burning or like especially Kunich was like really good against things like the
No, yeah, I feel that.
Right.
No,
And I've
sorry.
always said
And
that actually.
Right.
So
yeah.
No,
I'm just saying that's
oh,
since
you
day
did?
one.
You cut out, but I think I understood. You're saying that Mualani's whack against that, while Kanich or Chaska are like a million times better at taking that shit down. So it's like even the Nightsoul points are not as consistent. I assume that was the finish. Like,
Yeah.
am I right? Did I hit it on the money?
Yeah, that was the
Shit,
thing.
I'm just a fucking
Yeah.
genius, bro. It's how you should
God
go.
damn.
God damn. What were you saying? But yeah, no, I
Yeah.
agree with you. I think if you're gonna sell a fucking mechanic, every character should be efficient in some sort of way. I think Mualani might have got a lot better recently, is what I've been told. I don't know how true this is, but yeah, no, I'm with you for sure. But yeah, what do you think, Pharaohs?
You guys probably said this because I was busy fixing the whole mic situation.
No, you're good.
But one of the main things I can't stand about the combat in Genshin right now is sometimes it doesn't make any sense. Like the lava boss that they implemented, instead of you using Hydro to deal more damage against this boss, you got to use burning against lava. And I'm like since when was that a thing? And they're like, oh, you gotta, use burning so that it can explode. And I'm like, and the fact that Hydro is just a complete disadvantage.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. It's just ridiculous. The pillar boss, I have to go on YouTube, watch a video on how to climb a pillar. If I don't have NatlAN characters, you got the cryo boss. If I don't use cryo, well, I'm cooked. Like at this point, when it comes to, these new bosses they're implementing in Spiral Abyss, Stygian Onslaught, etc. Like if you don't have character that can interact with that boss's mechanic, then you're just gonna have a tough time dealing with it. That's one of my main issues with the boss mechanics, the combat in Genshin Impact as of to right now.
Yeah. Well, one of the counterpoints I've seen about especially the boss with the shield, not the shield, I'm sorry, the pillar, is like just use Kaza, use Zhongli, etc. But I just feel like if you're going to already possibly element lock a character, so you're already guarding off X amount of units, we shouldn't
Yeah.
have to now use units who have an advantage in vertical height on top of that. So if I don't want to use this character, like I think a lot of the issues could be mitigated with the gameplay is if Spiral Abyss, you're able to pick individual floors. Like I shouldn't if I have to go back into the game and do floor 12, floor 12, 3 second half with a specific team, but it's completely dog shit against the other 2 floors. I now need to go through 5 single floors just to try to get that other fucking star. And again, I think that that's one way to mitigate it, at least, where if you're not going to change the gameplay style of it, at least allow me to fucking pick things. That way I don't have to sit down and bust my head against the wall. I can't tell you how many times you got to do that in the Abyss, right? I think that's like the fairest thing. What up, Tori?
Bro, someone said in chat to like figure out which Yeti model you have, and they can try and look it up and see how you can like connect it properly.
Dope.
If you can figure that
W
out. I saw that like I saw
Dope.
that in passing, and I wanted to point it out.
Yeah, you're reading chat more than me. W Tori, appreciate you.
God, someone's got to pay attention. Damn.
Absolutely not me. How you guys feel? We
I'll
good
be
on
right
NatlAN?
back.
Yeah, no, you're
I'll be
good.
right back.
Yeah, do what you do. How you guys feel about NatlAN? You're good. Anything else you want to cover? I guess overall, do you think it was overhated or underhated? I'll leave it at that. Or it had
Overhated.
Really? Okay. What do you think?
I was also gonna say though, I feel like this is like a genuine question. I guess it would have been for Pharaohs too though, but I know like we were talking about like the different like I don't like the boss with the shield, the Papilla, what was it called? Whatever it is. But that guy is like annoying and I understand the frustrations with that, but like other bosses where it's element specific reactions and like to like you have to do that to beat it. How do you guys feel about that? Because in one way I'm like, yeah, it's kind of annoying, but in another way it's just like, is there a point to pulling new characters all the time if there's no new bosses that like force you to use like kind of force your hand and what teams you can use? That's like a genuine question, by the way. I'm just curious what you guys would think about that.
What do you guys think?
I think the best example of a boss. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, my bad. Go ahead.
You go, Wax.
I think a boss that I think of when I kind of think about like bringing a specific element is the Geo Wolf Lord. The you know that one, the dog or whatever it is in Inazuma.
Yeah.
You only have to bring like one Geo character and you can just you're right, the rest of your team is fine. But for the Nightsoul shield, especially for the Papilla, it always feels like you need, especially in Stygian Onslaught, it always feels like you need to specifically make a team to counter the shield. Because the shield takes so long to break, and especially getting a character like Chaska, Mawika are really going to be the best ones against that boss. So having like one character is not the biggest deal, but if it's more, then it starts being annoying.
Yeah. What were you saying, Ty? Because I agree with you. I'll elaborate on that after. I want to hear Ty first, though.
Oh yeah, like I think like basically like character locking bosses I do not like. I think that's really annoying. I think that you can lock strategies like characters or enemies can be weak to grouping or like it's this one's better for solo target damage like for Hutao or something like that. I think stuff like that is fine. Even element locking is okay to an extent. I think it's just kind of lazy. Like the boss that you need cryo to like break his shield to lower his resistances.
Yeah.
That's kind of annoying. But like Geo Wolflord, at least there are ways. Like I've seen some creative strategies where you don't need to bring a Geo character. Where I saw somebody apply cryo to Amber's Baron Bunny and then swirl it with Animo Traveler's like elemental skill, and he breaks all of the things with that strategy. And I was like, that's crazy, but you can do it. Like with the cryo boss, there is nothing. You have to bring cryo, like to break. That's the only thing that allows you to actually do damage to the boss. I find stuff like that tilting. Like, and even the pillar boss, that's the most annoying one. Like having to have vertical, like if you have a vertically challenged character, unlucky, you can't break it and then you can't fight the boss. I think stuff like that is annoying. I think they should go back to what it kind of was before, where it's like you need grouping for this chamber, or you need an AoE team for this side, and then you need like somebody who's better for solo damage on this other side, or you need like a pyro team, or like something like that. I feel like that's just like way better than what they're doing now.
For sure. Yeah. What do you?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of just like locking how do I word this? Like designing the fight around a mechanic, for example, the Wolf Lord, where you go you destroy the heads, versus designing it around a specific thing, like you need pyro or you need cryo or you just can't do anything. So I think in the past there have been some bosses that are more mechanic focused, but also like even in where was the electric seahorse? I forget what region that was in.
Fontaine.
That
Yeah,
was
it was Fontaine.
Fontaine,
I think
right?
that
So
was
like
for
even
Nouvellette. You
back in
needed that.
Yeah.
right, even
Yeah.
back in Fontaine, you still needed to have certain elements there to react that shield off, otherwise you're not killing it.
Hmm.
So it's like it's not necessarily a new thing that they have stuff like that, but also they definitely could lean more into having actual mechanics you have to interact with. Like I'm thinking like what if there were like MMO circles where it's like you can't be in this range otherwise you die and you
Yeah.
have to like oh shit, I got to run away and get out of here and that kind of stuff and then you come back in and do something else. Like that's where I would like the bosses to go with Genshin and stuff, but for the most part they don't. So
For sure. It's a I like you said, elemental checks have existed for a very long time, but I think the elemental checks have gotten way more crazy. Right? Like
Hmm.
with Ty said, that fucking boss, I was using Emily's account and she has Skirk, but she doesn't have a Scoffier. If you have a Scoffier, bro's stunned for eternity. It's the easiest boss you fight. If you don't have a Scoffier, you're fucking cooked. Right? Like I'm over here redoing it, trying it over and over again, and it's frustrating. And it is not a skill check. It's either an elemental check or like a Nodkrai check or a NatlAN check, or it's a combination of both. And that's the part
Hmm.
that I think is annoying. Because again, like some of those, besides the two that are specific to reactions, the rest of those bosses from 5.0, even the HP inflated 3 Fatui guys, they're just fun. Like they're a level of skill that you need to have. So it's not even impossible for them to implement this. It's just a factor of that they won't. And it makes sense. Like obviously they have to make fucking money. But when you tell someone, like, for example, again, this is not a Wuwa versus Hoyo thing. I can't make this clear a million times, but if I'm fighting a character or fighting a boss in Wuwa, maybe I might have an elemental resistance, so I know, okay, this is eliminating me like 3 characters, but you still have to have a level of skill with the dodging, the parrying, your meters and shit. It's like if you don't apply enough hydro because you fucked up with your particles, or you don't have enough ER in your Zincho, you're cooked. Or if you don't have Escoffier to just stop this boss, you're just done. And so it just becomes unfun when the game genuinely has amazing potential to deliver great boss fights. So yeah, no, I
Facts.
agree. Yeah,
Okay, so the
Peppa.
general consensus is like element, like certain requirements are fine, but it feels like this year specifically they kind of crossed that line of like okay versus like excessive.
I think
Is
so.
that
Yeah.
like how we all feel?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So then I guess going into Nodkrai, like what were your overall thoughts about the live stream? Because I think there are like genuine positives. Like I think there are genuinely some really good things in that live stream. But as Vars made a post when it happened, it feels like a backhanded compliment, like 1 step forward and like 2 steps back with every like type of positive. So I guess we could start from like just overall your initial thoughts and we could break it down specifics. Who wants to go?
I'll go first.
Yeah, Pharaoh's like, yeah, this is my time. Let's go.
Man, okay, so the Nodkrai live stream, I will say it was decent.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. There were some good parts in it. Like overall, like the story, cool. Right, the story doesn't seem too bad. The visuals, they look pretty cool as well. But my problem is the whole schedule thing. The the fact that you have returning players, right? You have returning players, new players. They can pretty much, farm for materials whenever they want. The devs, they already have the ability, like they can do this right now. They can literally remove the schedule whenever they want.
That's my boy.
Instead of
Bro.
doing that, they're like, all right, for this anniversary update, we're going to turn this into a FOMO thing where you have to log in the first week and farm for materials whenever you want. Bullshit. That's what pissed me off for the rest of the live stream. And then you had the level 100 thing on top of that. They're like, oh, if you want to level up your character to level 100, you got to get C9. And we, like, when it comes to the Genshin community, we've been talking about level 100 for a long time, and we were curious as to how Hoyo was going to implement it into the game. But the fact that this is how they wanted to do it, absolute cinema. Ever since they, like, when they did that, I was like, yeah, this live stream is cooked. But like, I don't even care what else they do. The live stream is cooked. Like, I can't sit here and give them credit when they're taking 1,000 steps back. All they had to do was, I don't know, let you upgrade the Statue of the Seven, and when you do that, you can level up to level 100 or level 95. or you can just farm for more essential materials, and then use your talent books, EXP books, or whatever, and level up the characters. Like there's so many ways they could have done this, where everybody has the opportunity to level up to level 100 without spending money. But no, let's go ahead, make you take out that wallet and spend that money.
Yeah.
Company's cooked, man. Like
I definitely want
company's
to
done.
hone in on that OD, because I think the problem that that you're saying and I'm saying is getting super misconstrued online. So I agree with you 1000%. But I saw Tori raising her hand, but I'm with you. What do you think, Tori? Hit me.
I just wanted to share one of my I've shared this with you, and I know you're gonna laugh at me, but my really unpopular opinion, I always, and this is just me, like I know I'm like on my little like island of misfit toys about this, but like I always found the little schedule for farming to be kind of like charming. Like I thought it was cute. Like, okay, I get on Genshin. I know I get on Genshin today. Oh, I can't farm until Wednesday. Okay, I'll farm artifacts, and then okay, it's Wednesday. Yeah, I can farm the towns now. I always I was like, it never bothered me, and I remember like I was so unfazed by it that like when people brought it up to me like that it annoyed them, I was like, just farm it on Wednesday. Like I remember like being so just like in a different world, like just like in like I don't even know NatlAN, I guess. Like it never crossed my mind truly, because I always did my I guess like I'm on every day no matter what. So it just never bothered me. Like obviously sometimes I logged in, I'd be like, oh, I can't farm it today. That stinks. But like it never, like I didn't realize how big of an issue it was with a lot of people until like I guess Wua came out, and then it was like, oh, you can do whatever you want every single day, and everyone was like, wait, this is way better, and people really liked that, and I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. But like again, like I just never really cared that much. Like I understand that it's more convenient if you can do it every day. Like I'm not stupid, but like it never bothered me. So I always find that funny. But I remember Ethan was like flaming me when I first told him that, because he was like, you're a moron. Like
No. But like a lot of people feel that way though, right? And like, look, it's fair. Like it's fair. Like everyone enjoys the game differently. So like to me, if so, like when you tell me that, give me 1 second. My bad. When someone says that, like I don't think it's the end of the world. Like I really don't care how someone enjoys the game, as long as you're just not villainizing motherfuckers who try to speak out on it, right? But like if that's a change where like if they get rid of the weekly lock, it literally doesn't negatively benefit any. It doesn't negatively impact anyone, right? But yeah, I mean, like it is what it is, right? Also a creature of habit. Like you've been doing it for 4 years, so you're just used to it. Like who the fuck cares? Also, chat. I mean, let's just be real. Like it's not that deep, right? You know what I mean? Like it's not that deep.
Yeah, it's really not that deep.
So
it never bothered me. So I always just found it funny. Like I understand why it annoys some people, but like I was personally
I hate
just
it. Like I fucking hate it. And we'll all talk, but like,
and that's fair. But like it just never bothered me. Like I always found it kind of funny. Like I was like, oh la da da da, like in my like I said, NatlAN, like just like. But I'm like, I feel like the definition also of like the casual player, like or like mint picker. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I do play Genshin like that. Like I'm one of those people. So like,
no, this is about Fleur. What do you think, brother? How you feeling?
Yeah, so I actually have a question for Pharos and you, Ethan. So was Genshin your first gacha game?
Yeah. Smell like coffee.
No, it was Dokkan Battle for me.
Okay. And I guess Ethan then, what games did you play before you played Genshin?
Destiny 2, heavily Destiny 2. I did Destiny 2 content before, and like I'd play like Resident Evil, like Witcher, like no gacha games. No gacha
right,
games,
okay.
Right?
So the reason I asked that question is because this is actually a conversation that I had with some of my friends way back when Genshin released, like 5 years ago, where Genshin grew so quickly and became so big that it encapsulated the mainstream audience that isn't used to stuff that older gacha players.
Did that happen to all of us?
It happened to all of us. Yeah. Are you still here,
Fleur?
Fleur?
All of us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
I
here.
think it was me, guys. My bad.
I was like, oh shit. Yeah, you cut off at older gacha players, but I got you. I'm listening.
Yeah, so it became a more mainstream attraction. So there's a lot of people that started playing Genshin that are either not older gacha players or, on the other hand, are casual players that wouldn't really care. So those are the people that I saw complaining about the time locks and stuff like that. Whereas people that have played gachas before in the past, at least in my experience, have been like, yeah, I mean, that's, it just happens in other games.
Yeah.
Like, at least from personal experience, like, I remember before I started playing Genshin, at that time I was playing Arknights, and Arknights still to this day has the exact same weekly locks that Genshin does. So it's like, is it the best system in the world? No, it's not. It should absolutely be changed, and it could be better. But on the other hand, it's also at the time that Genshin released, I would have considered it normal. So
For
like
sure.
I saw a few people in chat being like, "Oh, it's the Hoyo brainwashing." It's like, no, it's literally
No,
it's
not
like
funny.
gotcha brainwashing.
No,
Like
he is right because it
100%.
is in Dokkan Battle as well. I think where
Yeah,
like if you're grinding for materials, it's like on specific days.
for sure.
So
I
yeah,
and I think that's fair, right? Because it is a normal thing, and especially for that time in 2020, like you could say, like player retention, whatever the case may be. I think to me, the frustration only started with Honkai Star Rail. Because seeing Honkai Star Rail get every single quality of life that Genshin wanted, like fuck Wuwa, don't care about that game right now. Every
Yeah.
You can farm the same boss, you can do talents
Mhm.
freely, and then providing it to newer players. It's like at the start, I think it's fair. I didn't even bat an eye. Like when I first started playing the game, I was like, all right, whatever, fucking, I'll just do shit Sunday, right? I'll res and refresh, I'll be a little fucking whale and do what I got to do. But then you see HSR, ZZZ, Wuwa, all these other games do it, and it's like the fucking Patrick meme, like when you're poking at a stick, like do something, like fucking move, right? At
yeah,
some point,
100%.
I think it gets outdated. But in that time, even prior to HSR, I think it was very normal, right? That's where the frustration, at least for me, comes in. Because I didn't bat an eye at it at first, right? Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's
same.
100% a fair point. It's not a
Yeah.
Genshin brainwashing, Hoyo brainwashing. Gotcha games are made to have high retention, sell you characters, and tell you stories about girls with big boobies so you can buy them. That's what gotcha games are for, right? So like this is normal stuff, but now we're in like that second generation of gotcha, and there's just
Yeah.
still lacking behind. But yeah, that makes sense for sure. Did you like the live stream?
Yeah. Did I yeah,
Yeah.
honestly. I
Okay.
mean, okay, I will say the part where they were like Genshin doesn't want to make money, right? That shit I was like, what the hell are you saying, man?
Yeah.
Yo, they
But
gave
That
you
was
That's
free
supposed to be
content,
satire,
bro.
right?
No, it wasn't.
yeah, so
He
No.
was
wait,
smirking when
what?
he said it. I was like,
Nah,
I'm gonna
bro.
assume he's like meant to be
Yeah,
silly.
so from what I understand, that's a joke in the CN community, but like
Mhm.
that is not a joke that the EN community would take the same way. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, there's a time and place for everything, and that was definitely not it. But apart from
Literally.
that, I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Dope. Awesome.
I think
What'd you think, Axe? What'd you think of the Notkrai live
Well,
stream?
okay. Well, first thing I want to say before I talk about that is there is I think there is some truth to that statement of Genshin doesn't want to make money because you've noticed there are people like every time we get like characters in like promo or whatever and they're wearing different outfits are like, oh man, why aren't these skins, where are all the male characters, why is Capitano not playable, and like people will say it's like Genshin doesn't want to make money, but I know in that context that is clearly not what they meant,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
that is something that people do say. But as for the live stream, I'll be honest, I didn't watch all of it because it's like 2 hours long, and
Shit's
it's
long,
it's
bro.
at like 5 in the morning. I'm like,
Long.
I'm not
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
all that. But yeah, overall, I thought it was solid. I mean, I think Nodkrai looks good. I'm excited for it, and I'm sure we'll talk more about what what was actually in it later.
Yeah. Ty, how you feeling?
Um, for the most part, I liked what Nodkrai was putting down. I mean, I like the region, the look of it, the characters are all very nice. That's like the stuff that's usually easy to sell because I obviously like the aesthetic of Genshin Impact as a whole. So I liked all that. UGC, badass.
Looks fun.
But yeah, the first week of the talent books, like that really irked me. And I get that it is like normalized in older gotcha games, but I do think it's a dated system that they should change. I was telling Ethan about this because like I make videos regularly about building characters, and it pisses me off because I'm like sitting down, I'm like, okay, I got time to record on Tuesday. That's the only day I can record. And then I can't fucking farm talent books on that day because they locked it. So then I just have to be like, oh, sorry, I already pre-farmed it instead. So I can't put it in the video, which that's like a very like niche problem. Like I understand everybody else, they can just farm it whenever. Like it doesn't really matter. But it is kind of backhanded when you put this feature in every like all these newer gotcha games that are coming out are doing it, and then Genshin Impact obviously has already coded it into the game. They could just flip the switch and be like, yeah, you guys can farm whenever. Like I feel like it's a really easy fix. And then the level 100 thing, I would not be as concerned with if there weren't reactions like Hyperbloom in the game that really benefit from level increases. And also just people, even casual players, that like to max out characters that they like. Like, I know there's a lot of people who really like Farina, and they're like, oh, I want to max Farina. You don't normal attack with Farina at C0, but like they still level 10, you know, they crown every single talent. Now that's just going to be something that's in the back of their head where they're like, I can't max Farina because I'm a casual free-to-play player. I don't have all these C9 characters, so that's just going to feel bad for them. And I really think they should have done that in a different way. But for the most part, I am excited for Nodkrai. Varka, my goat. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I fucking love. Like, all the characters look amazing, but I think those two things, like, I think a lot of people have issues with those. Like, I think they could have done those in way better ways.
I do want to clarify something because there was a big rumor going around that Hyperbloom's getting a 40% increase. I think it's only 7 to 15%. That's what people are confirming.
Hey, that's not as bad.
Data mining. It's not the worst thing in the world. I guess to just like close out the conversation on the talent books, because I feel like we kind of touched on it, unless anyone has a different opinion. To me, like, I do think, first of all, they got to get an FSVA to stop being on these fucking live streams. I'm sorry. I'm tired of hearing a fucking robot talk at 5 a.m. in the most monotone fucking voice. I just can't do it. Like, it actually.
I thought she talked in her normal voice. Did she talk in the robot voice?
Her normal voice.
All right. I mean,
that's her normal voice.
Oh my god, not an Effa shade. Leave her alone.
Nodkrai is amazing. All right, whatever. The point is like, you know, when the trailer dropped, I thought this shit looked fire. Like the trailer of all the characters, and like again, Nodkrai looks beautiful. I'm gonna play UGC tomorrow if it comes out. Nobody fucking knows, which is crazy how we don't know if UGC's coming out tomorrow. Like, I've gotten 13 different answers, so what the fuck? But like, there is genuine positives, and including some of the quality of lives. But like the talent shit, to me, I feel like it's just blatant like disrespect. I'm gonna just keep it a stack. I can't interpret it any other way. Yeah, like it's an easy fix, and a lot of people talk about like player retention, and I mean this with my whole soul. We don't work for Hoyo. We don't work for Koro. I don't care about their internal business metrics. They've made $23 billion off of mobile alone. Like, I think the parasocials are playing the game regardless. I do not think unlocking talents for everyone for the whole month is not going to take their numbers. I'm sorry. And even if it does, like, maybe this is like being really entitled, but I don't think it matters. Like, because it just fucking won't. I'm sorry, it just won't. Like, what do you guys think? Like, that's how I interpret it. That's why that shit pissed me off. Because, yeah. Before I say anything,
I think it's valid.
Argument. Like, what you said, like the counter argument to that is player retention. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't care. You know, like, why is it my problem that they're not going to make that much money? Like, why should I care? You know, like, if this can improve everyone's experience with the game, then why can't they do it? It's such an easy fix. It's already in the game for returning players and new players. They just have to flip the switch, but they just refuse to do it. So, and it's because of the community, man. Let's be honest. The community, they incentivize them to not put easy things in the game, like a skip button, but we're going to talk about that later.
Yes, Tori. Wait, what do you want to say, Tori?
I was just going to say, like, even though I am obviously not the right person to ask because I don't care.
No, I think you are the right person.
If that many people are complaining about it, then, like, just add it. Like, I don't see, I guess, I don't know. This is also, like, Genshin was my first gacha, and until Wua, like, I tried Star Rail, I kind of hated it a little bit. So, like until Wua, like, my only gacha, and, like, while it didn't bother me, like, if it's bothering that many people, I don't know how it would negatively affect it if they changed it. It doesn't seem to be negatively affecting Wua or Star Rail. I don't know, though. I don't keep up with numbers and stuff. But, like, as long as it wouldn't cause, like, this, like, massive, like mass amounts of detriment to the game, like, just do it, I guess. I don't know, though. I wouldn't know about, like, numbers and all that stuff and, like, retention. Like, I couldn't be damned to figure any of that out. But, like, if it's something enough people want, then just do it. Like, I don't see the issue.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. What do you think, Axe?
You guys, no. You guys don't get it. You see, if we add a skip button to the game, people are gonna spread misinformation about the story, and you don't want that.
Oh,
damn!
Oh my god,
bro! Don't get me. All right. So before we get to skip button, like, Fleur, do you feel any otherwise? Like, I looked at it as, like, I think a lot of people look at it as, like, half glass full, and I'm looking at it as, like, that glass is, like, quarter full, and I'm pissed. Like, challenge.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not happy the system is the way it is. I'm just, like, the only reason that I said what I said earlier is because it was normal back then. But it's
For
been
sure.
5 years. Like at this point, if people want the stuff and they've been wanting it for 5 years, give them the stuff. Like so like
Yeah.
I'm totally on your side there. It's just like honestly, I feel that Hoyo kind of takes this stuff slow so that like
Remember the survey?
they've almost built the audience or trained the audience in a way where like whenever they get something like having 1 week where you can farm everything, the audience is like, "Oh my god, you did it!
Yeah.
Oh, let's go! We finally got it!" Whereas instead, it could be, well, you can just do it all the time, and then you'd be even more happy. But people are happy with the small bits that Hoyo gives them because that's all they've ever given.
Yeah.
So
Which I think is 100% true. That's exactly my problem with this, and that's why I was really frustrated when everyone was like, "This is the greatest fucking thing ever." Yeah, hit me, Tori. What up?
I was gonna say, like, I feel like I don't keep up with like a lot of drama and like I feel like a lot of the like conversations like that. Have people really been like, oh my God, this is amazing? Like I haven't seen really anyone praising that like week-long return thing, but I have seen a lot of people who are frustrated expressing their frustrations. But like, is there like a large amount of Hoyoverse like or Genshin players that are like, oh my God, this is the best? Or they're just like a bunch of other people like me that are just like, okay. You know what I mean? Like just indifferent, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like to me, I was like, okay, whatever. Like I don't care about that. Like the week long thing of any day, like it, again over my head. You know what I mean? I was just like,
Yeah.
whatever.
The second the live stream ended, Twitter was just either this is the greatest patch ever or
Mhm.
they're the greediest company of all time. And I feel like there was no nuance to the conversations, which I think why this is like having this podcast is good. I don't really see people, I've seen some people like defend this, but like I don't think it's a main majority. I guess to me, I'm just like, you've gotten like 3 crumbs and we're going to break down everything else in a moment. It's like these 3 crumbs to you are now justifying everything else. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right. Now I guess I think we could touch on level 100 before we do a skip button. My thing with level 100, like just straight up, they could have just made it like if they wanted to keep it tied to constellations, like if you just got another 4-star that's C6, make it that you could level up 4 stars that way, or like have like a separate token pool. Like I think there just could have been so many different things. And the thing that I'm seeing a lot of online, which to be fair, I am genuinely concerned about this. I voiced my opinion on it. I do think the meta for like the end game stuff could potentially shift to maybe like catering towards that extra 15% damage. But like putting that to the side, I feel like people just are completely ignoring the process of this even being implemented just for fucking whales. And to me, that's the part where I'm just like, why is no one else talking about this? You guys are only focusing on the meta side, which sure, but like the other thing is just like the blatant disrespect again to players who have been playing for a long period of time. So like, what do you like, Fleur? What do you think?
So I'd actually consider myself a whale in Genshin. Like I actually have a few C6 characters, so this is a system that I actually literally just benefit from.
That
Um,
you
so
have
on
C6.
that sense,
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Like standard characters or like combination of.
both.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
standard and actual limited. So similar to some of the other stuff, this kind of like level cap increase isn't new. There's a ton of older gachas that have done it in the past. And one of them that I still play, FGO, I mentioned it earlier, actually has a system very similar to this, but they let anyone increase the level cap of characters to a certain point. And then after that point, it's where the whales get to have their fun. And I think that is something that could have been more, I guess, agreeable for people if something like that was added into Genshin. Because like if you could go from 90 to 100 on any character you wanted, then it's like that's cool. But then if you can go from 100 to 110 as a whale, then it's like all right. But right now it's literally you have to be the whale to get the 90 to 100, and that's where personally I don't like it because it's not everyone can access and interact with the system. And at that point it's just like, well, why have it for like you might as well have just said give us $200 and you can level your character.
Yeah,
Like
I agree. Yeah. No, for sure. What up, Tori?
I would say honestly, realistically, it's more than 200. Like that's the worst part, because like
More than that, bro. It's fucking way more.
I like I feel like by now I'm probably like a whale, but like I don't really spend that much money. Like I try not to at least. But I have two C6s. I did get really lucky with those, but still, like I have a lot of characters. I just like don't really lose my 50/50s that often. I know, such a
'Cause you
problem to
like that
have.
type shit.
Man, couldn't be me.
Yup,
Exactly,
yup,
exactly.
let him know, let him
But
know.
like I only have one standard C6 and like that's it. And that actually just happened recently. So like for me, like I actually, even though I've spent like a good amount of money on the game, like I'm actually also not gonna benefit from this. But again, like I'm the wrong person to ask because like I really do just like I looked at that and I was like, oh, like I was talking about it last night and seeing like how I could plan it with like the like because they're giving out the free constellations and like two of the characters that are on that list I have C6 already, so I was like, oh, like I could just claim those if I wanted the things, but like I was like, oh, what, I'll just won't, and like when I get the standard C6, like it'll happen when it happens. Like I kind of just like that was what I kind of like accepted and like planned out for myself. So I'm just like I feel like it's the same thing with like the weekly talents. Like I'm just like, oh, it'll happen when it happens, and like
Yeah.
it unbothered, I guess. Like I see why people are frustrated though, and I agree with like the 4-star option. Whoever I forgot who said that, but like
It
there
was
should have been like
Rito,
a
you know
different
what I'm
tool.
saying? Type shit.
Ethan, my
I think that
gold.
would have been fair. Like there should have been some way to make it more accessible to free to play, or
Yeah.
like I said, like I'm not definitely not free to play, but I still can't even benefit for this for like a couple months, maybe if I lose to Chi-Chi. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Like that's a big if.
Thou-
So I like
you
just
and me
happened.
have spent thousands of dollars on this game, and then like Emily spent a fuck
Well,
ton of money. I mean, let's call a
who
spade a
is
spade.
we?
Let's call it a spade a spade. Let's be, you got 2 6 characters, Bucky, but you know what I'm
I-
saying? Like
$100 for Shao. No, $150 for Shao. 200 for Ito. If 50 was gifted to me. So
damn. All right.
Okay, wait.
and your mom. Like don't even. I said
What
I'm
the-
like that. I'm
what
just
the
lucky.
fuck, bro? What
The luck is insane.
Okay,
What?
I mean, well,
No, I just got
bro.
really, really like I have a lot of like big constellations, but like I swear a lot of it I do like always have like the Welkin and stuff like that. And I have spent on the packs. Like I'm not acting like I don't spend money, but like I've gotten very, very lucky like a lot of the times.
No, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. We should fucking kick her from the call. I think.
Yeah.
Wait, pause. I have to say, by the way, like me and Ethan are like actually IRL friends. Like I'm teasing. I love his mom, I guess. Like I see
It's like
it's a joke,
the,
guys.
like the
If you
autistic
heard us how we
husband.
talk to each other,
Yeah.
no, like dead ass. But if you heard how we talk to each other off stream, you'd be actually scared. You might like clutch your pearls, call the cops. Like it's not cute. Like
Yeah.
anyway.
I was gonna ask, how much money did you guys spend on the game? Like everybody. If you guys don't want to say, then that's fine. But
No, yeah, like probably 3 to 4 grand, not including giveaways and some money I spent on my girlfriend's account. But I've spent less than like $500 on my girl's account. But yeah, like probably a decent amount, bro, for sure.
I think around like 350 at this point for me.
Just
Okay.
$350?
Yeah, I'm just a Welkin and Battle Pass player.
Like you're built different. Like that's
Holy
beautiful.
shit.
No, like no,
alright.
I don't have shit on my account. Like, but I do have a lot of.
Holy
I have a C6 Kaching. I've lost the 50/50 many times. I have a C4 Gene.
yeah, I have a
Wow.
C6.
Oh wow.
CC.
Like that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
what do you-
me, I've probably by now hit the 1,000 mark, maybe. I don't know, because a lot of the times like people do gift Prima Gems and stuff like that. Like and
that
like when I would like C6 my characters, if I know I was like gonna do that, like I would save my top up bonus like for that specific character. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
I would do stuff
Yeah.
like that. So not that much, but maybe like I would say like 1,000 in the past 5 years.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, you kind of got me rethinking. Maybe not like 4 grand. I think that's probably including giveaways. But still, I've spent a lot of money on the game. I think 4 grand, I'm overestimating it. What about
I might be at a grand including giveaways too, actually, now I think
Yeah.
about like what other people have given me. Like it hasn't been that much. I'm mainly just Welkin, like for the most part.
Yeah. Actually, Fleur, what do you guys like? If you want to share, obviously, you don't have to. Like, you don't. If you don't want to,
I've
just skip
probably
it.
spent thousands at this point. Probably about the same as you, Ethan.
Yeah. Okay. Which is fair.
Yeah, I'd say I'm around that ballpark too.
I think.
Okay.
I think to me, the problem with the level 100 was a lot of the people are saying it with the meta thing. Like meta doesn't really matter, right? Especially like if you're looking at Stygian Onslaught or the last difficulty, Imagine Theater, etc. But I guess it dives into one of the way I'd be way more satisfied with this, even if they didn't change the implementation at all in the slightest, is either if we had like better quality of life, like a skip button, like a resin bank, or whatever the case may be, or if they straight up said, yo, on that free constellation selector, which I do want to talk a little bit more in depth about in a moment, you could pick the same character 4 times. Because if the meta doesn't really matter, what is it going to matter if someone picks a fucking dog shit character 4 times so they're closer to that constellation to get the Fortuna or whatever it's called, right? So it just feels like we're using this logic to say, oh, level 100 is not a big deal, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let me fucking pick Chi-Chi 4 times because I have her C2. And even when I pick her 4 times, I still have to get C7 from the selector. And then I have to wait a whole other year to get a C8 unless I'm lucky and lose a 50-50. Like, to me, that was also another just super easy fix where I would have been like, you know what? I'm not even mad. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Like, only being able to pick one character one time.
I agree. I
Yeah.
think they should have made it so you could choose like the selector to get closer to that level 100 if that's like what you really want. Like it's obvious they really just want you to pick a bunch of different constellations for like a bunch of different characters, but
By the way, they left off Kaza, Alhaitham, Yalan, and every prior Archon, which low-key, everyone besides Nuvla and Farina, those prior Archons have fell off fucking hard. Like, straight up. So
I just think they won't ever add the Archons just because
no,
they're
yeah, because they'll make
Archons.
money. But they didn't add Kaza and Yalan and Alhaitham. Like
Well,
those
because
don't
are-
Cosmo's
know.
still really meta. Well, not really meta, but like he's still meta,
That's what I'm
right?
saying.
I
That's
don't-
what I'm fucking saying.
Yeah.
Low-key,
Yeah,
I
most
don't
of the
even know.
characters
Yeah,
on
they
there,
didn't want to
they're
put any
just
good
buns.
characters on there.
They're buns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, my bigger problem with it is that you can't pick a new character.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have Alhaitham, but I can't get him or I can't pick his constellation because I literally just don't own the guy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I feel like personally for me, that was the missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Because it's like, is getting C3 Tignari or whatever going to make or break my account? Like, no, it's not. Like, but would getting someone that I don't have, actually be meaningful? Yeah, it would. But yeah.
I also want to point out before someone says this, like in the comments or whatever, I think it is 1000% a positive that they're giving out 4 free constellations for the year. Like,
Oh,
I want to make it
100%.
clear.
Oh, yes.
I think it is absolutely
sure.
a fucking positive. However, it's the implementation that, again, it's like, how good is this? Like, people think this is the next coming of Jesus, where like, dude, if Wuwa gave me a standard selector right now, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, it really does feel like a standard selector plus with a bunch of characters that are not really that useful to this day. In the capacity that all these other characters are. So I want to make it clear, it's not just a negative, but this is why it feels like 1 step forward and 2 steps backwards, because we're overpraising it, and some people might be doom posting it, like maybe myself. You could say me, sure, whatever. I don't really give a fuck, but I do want to point out the positive in it. But I think the way they handled it is just ass. And a lot of the counterpoints is, we'll wait a year and see who else is going to get added. What the fuck? Why do I? You want me to wait a year? You know, like,
We did figure out like the schedules. It's every 6 months the character pool is going to change.
for the
They
for
also
what?
said that it doesn't
Okay.
carry over as well.
Like
Okay.
for the selector. So like I think these first 2 will be that original list that they showed,
Okay.
and then the next one will be something different. I forgot
s-
how, but like me and Darcy were like figuring that out. She was like doing like I don't know, like adding it all up. Like she figured it out.
Okay. I think 6 months is a bit more acceptable, right?
Mhm.
To see what they'll add after that. I ain't gonna shit on that. I think it's kind of crazy. It won't carry over, but it is what it is. You do
Yeah.
have 6 months to get the character, so at some point you gotta put on your big boy bands and play the game. So I ain't even gonna front on that shit. But okay. Yeah, but like I don't know. I feel like not being able to pick it, or like Fleur said, just straight up pick a character. Like if I don't know Alhaitham or Ayaka, like let me just. And now, like I know Nilu's good now, bless you. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Right.
What do you think, Axe? Also, what up, No Bear? What up, baby?
Sorry, my dog.
Good.
I think it's weird because like, I mean, I guess I am a whale. I have C6 Skirk, C6 Hutao, and then I have C6 Diluc. So technically, I do benefit from this. I think it's kind of stupid that they locked it behind level 100, but I'm not really gonna like lose my mind over it because I know like people like I don't want to put you on blast, Ethan. You seem pretty angry on Twitter. You're like, oh, if you defend this, you're whatever.
Oh yeah, I
And,
mean, like in that moment, I was
Yeah.
pissed, bro. Like straight up, I was like,
Oh,
because
yeah,
again,
I get it.
every fucking tweet was this was the greatest thing ever, and I felt like I was gonna guess. I was like, dude, is no one gonna say like the acquisition is absolutely insane? Like it could cost up to $3,500 for a level 100. Yes, the meta doesn't matter, but imagine if you C6 your favorite waifu, and you come to find out that now they're getting a level increase that you would have to either re-roll and get that same waifu 3 more times to get them to level 100 because you're just like a parasocial fuck like myself, or you have to like lose 50-50 to do it. It just felt weird, bro. It just like no one was saying anything at first, and that's why I was tight, you know.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, like I am just disappointed that this is the way that they did it. I think a way that would be better if they did it. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever. I mean, I'm sure you guys have played Imaginary Amphitheater. In that, you have like different like keys you can unlock, and then to what you using the keys you unlock different like stages you can finish with the character, and then you get like an echo trail for them, right?
Yeah.
I think it just should have been like that, because then it's like, okay, I have built this character up to level 90, and I'm going to, make them cross the barrier to level 100. I thought that would have been a better way to do it, but this game needs to make money, I guess. And then I think the way of them handling the constellations is, because if you've noticed, obviously a lot of those characters are power crap. They're just not that good.
Except
I think
Nilo.
what they're trying to
Nilo's
do
pretty
now
OP.
is like kind of push the barrier further on them, like the older ones, with their vertical investment to try to make them like somewhat like usable. Because like a lot of those characters, they're not good at like C0. I mean, there's some that are decent, like you said, Nilu. If you get C1, Hu Tao is pretty solid, but
Yeah.
like I think they're trying to like understanding at this point that end game content is gonna be more balanced around having investment, like some slight vertical investment on older characters.
How do you feel about not capping it? Because some people told me I was being out of pocket and that I was being greedy, but I really don't think so. I don't think it's greed, but I don't know. What do you guys think about capping it? The one character.
Or what do you mean
Capping-
capping it?
Like
Capping what?
Picking one.
like you can only pick Ayaka once, right? Then you can only pick
Oh, that's stupid.
Nilu once, as opposed
Yeah, I
to
think
pick,
that's ass.
like picking
Yeah, I think that
Chi-Chi
sucks.
4 times
Yeah.
or some shit. Like, again, if these characters don't matter in that sense, or if the meta doesn't matter because you're going to kill everything in the Spiral Abyss regardless, like that's the argument for level 100, then fucking apply it here. Again, if they would have done that, I wouldn't have crashed out. I would have been like, ah, whatever, it is what it is. But
Especially if the pool changes every 2 months. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah,
but
no,
like
no,
I feel
yeah.
like or 6 months,
6 months,
sorry.
yeah.
Twice a year. I feel like and if that's the case, they should have just let you do twice, cuz then at most you're going to get 2 constellations in a year. Like assuming they completely swap the character pool after that, like
two of
I feel like
each
that's
pool,
not
you
a big
mean, yeah.
deal. And they should have just let you do like whoever you want. Because I remember seeing that and I was like, oh my God, I could finally get C2 Sino. And then it's like, no, you can only do one at a time. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I guess I'll get C1 Albedo, which like, again, like I low-key love my washed characters. Like I force myself to try and use them all the time in Spire, like just to make it like annoying. But I feel like, I don't know, it's not they should have just let you pick whoever you wanted instead of limiting it.
Yeah.
Like I could see why that would annoy a lot of people.
For sure. Okay. Dope. Yeah, so I think we covered. I think the only last thing I'll touch on that is to give HSR props. They have like kind of a similar, like how you said, flair with the FGO shit, but now they're allowing you to kind of pick who you could lose a 50-50 to. And
Yeah.
I do think Genshin needs that at this point. Especially if we're gonna start adding more characters to standard and they're gonna have this Stella Fortuna, whatever the fuck this shit's called. Like if they have that system in place where you can pick like one of the three, I think again that alleviates it so much. Right? It's like the system might be bad, but here's how we can kind of make it a little bit better if we're not going to fucking change it. So I think that would be another positive. But, anyone have other thoughts on level 100, or you're chilling on that?
Wanted to say, like, this just goes to show that Hoyoverse is brilliant when it comes to greed, man. Because the fact that we have to sit here and have a discussion about, getting which characters to get dupes on to reach level 100 is absolutely insane.
It's insane.
I'm gonna give what credit is due, man. They're greedy, bro. Like they're masters of greed, and it's working. And what's even more crazy is like now, whenever we lose 50-50, now we're gonna have mixed feelings. Like I'm like, I just lost 50-50, but I'm one step closer to level 100. It's just,
Bro,
god damn, bro, this company, man.
it's I think it's a little crazy that there's so much divide on it, or people are just like
Yeah.
not really again focusing on the meta part and not the implementation and lack of direct path or free to plays. But it is what it is, right? Like I don't know. I don't think any gacha community will ever get together to do. Well, that's not true, but whatever. What do you guys think about like reactions being tied to new characters? We'll finish up like one or two more things, and then I don't want to keep y'all all night. Lunar Reacts. What do you guys feel about it being tied to new characters only, or yeah, the ones who can enable it?
Kind of weird.
Okay,
Yeah,
so elaborate on that. What do you think? Like, yeah.
Like just Lunar Bloom, like I think that they're all good reactions, but I think they could have done it in multiple different ways. Like just made it a new reaction. Like Electro Charge is something that nobody even invests into anyways. It's just kind of a byproduct of having Electro and Hydro characters on a team. And then you don't like, specifically scale up your elemental mastery and everything. Like you're not building towards Electro Charge. So they could have just removed Electro Charge from the game or just changed it into Lunar Charge and been like, hey, we're buffing Electro Charge and or like Bloom. Oh, we're gonna buff it and make it Lunar Bloom now. They could have done that, but instead they were like, no. We need money. So we need this to be attached to these characters. So you got to pull for them. And then we have to have all these Nodkrai buffs and everything as well. So that they do different things depending on how many Nodkrai characters you have. I know that they have to sell the new characters. And as Pharaoh said, they are the best at being greedy. Like they are very good at it. I know they have to sell new characters, and this is a way to like this is something to do so that you can invest in the new characters and the new region so that you can build new teams and everything. I think it's kind of weird though, like locking specific reactions behind characters.
For sure. A sidebar, I don't want to touch into leaks because of I'm not going to say who in the call. I don't think they could talk about leaks, so we won't go into leak territory. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. I wasn't going to say your name. I don't like if there was like a button in the menu, an artifact set, something. I don't. To me, I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of didn't really care that much though, because I kind of just felt like it was a normal Genshin thing. So I was like, you know what? It is what it is. Like I wasn't even that mad about that, but on top of everything else and lack of quality of life, I just fucking give up at this point. But like, what do you guys think about the lunar stuff?
So I think what they should have done, in my opinion, is take a note from HSR with how HSR did buffs. Because in HSR,
Yes.
for the 4 characters that were buffed, you get to choose whether you go to the new buffed form or stay on the old one.
For sure.
And now, granted, most of the old ones are terrible, and you wouldn't want to use it anyway.
But you have the
But
option.
right, you have the option, and in a game like Genshin, like Electro Charge damage-wise isn't actually that much different from Lunar Charged. So it's like if you want to play your old Electro Charged teams with like Sucrose, Beto, and Xingqiu, you can, or you can now go and play the new and improved one with these other characters, but that option just isn't there. It's literally just get the character, you can't do this. So
Yeah.
I think it could have been an upgrade kind of thing or an option or a choice. And then they kind of just dropped the ball on that. But
I do want to say I think that adding new reactions to spice the game up is a positive. Again, it's just the
100%.
implementation.
Yeah.
Oh, for
I
sure.
feel like we all understand, and most normal people like there's positives. It's the implementation that's fucking it up. That's killing the momentum, at least for someone like myself, because like Lunar Charge takes into account your teammates and then like crit rate and crit damage or some shit, as opposed to just strictly like EM. Like it's a cool fucking feature, but it's locked behind $400, right? So it's like, okay, like, like what the fuck you want me to do? What do you think, Axe? You have any other thoughts on it, or you're kind of in the same boat?
Yeah, I do have some thoughts. I think it is immediately better than Nightsoul, because Nightsoul is literally
I
just
agree.
like it basically does nothing. It's just besides for exploration and like some stuff for combat. I think it is better that they're taking the actual like base elemental system, like this is an element game at the end of the day. I think it's good that they're taking that and expanding on it. I think that I know people were pretty upset about them being locked to limited characters. I didn't think it was the worst thing in the world, especially because we had things like Nilu already. So I was like, it's whatever. I am worried if like, and especially like this isn't leaks. It's already been out that
No.
like the Abyss buffs give you both Electro Charge and Lunar Charge, for Abyss buffs. So if they're gonna continue to do that, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world.
For sure.
Now, if they were to make like a lunar shield or whatever, where you need a lunar element to break it, then yeah, that'd be a problem. But I don't think right
Mhm.
now it's really an issue.
Yeah. I think they dropped the ball on the new 4-star. Doesn't she not provide any
She does
lunar
not.
reactions? It's just that she is a Nodkrai character, so you get a free Nodkrai. Like I think she's a good Hydro applicator from what I saw, but there's no Nodkrai element to it. So that just kind of just feels weird. Like at least Kachina, I didn't want to play her, but she could activate the scroll set. With this, it's just like, all right, you're a body on a team. It's okay, I guess.
Yeah.
So
It's
I'm
just there
personally
for the
excited for Rhino.
artifact.
what happened?
Or-
Oh, is it? Oh, sorry. Good.
No, you good. You good, bro. You good.
What did you say, Ty?
Oh, I was saying I'm personally excited for Ino just because when you
That is
play a lot
true.
of 4-star characters or 4-star onlys, like you realize that there's only like one real off-field hydro applicator, which is Sing Cho. Like Barbara, kind of you can make her work, but like I'm just excited that we're getting a 4-star off-field like hydro applicator, which is very nice. But it is kind of cringe that they were like, nope, can't do any lunar reactions with this character.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think, Pharaohs?
Yeah, I think it's cringe with the whole lunar reaction thing. When it comes to Ino, the fact that she can't enable it kind of sucks, and she's really just there for the artifact set. I think it's like Moon Sign, something like that. That's what she's really there for. She's not gonna be a bad unit, but I just know when like future characters come out, let's say Columbina or another Hydro character, once they release, like she's gone, bro. Like she's literally gone. So it's like the same thing over and over again when it comes to these free 4-star characters. They put these free 4-star characters in like every .0 patch just to give you some sort of hope that this character is going to be very good for a long time, but then they drop another character that just completely blows that 4-star unit out the water. And the only time I'll give Genshin props is the fact that they actually do give 4-star units more frequent, like a lot more than Wuwa, right?
Oh,
And they
for
actually give
sure.
you alternatives. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give them credit to that, but yeah, she can enable it. Weird.
Yeah, Bebo. Okay. Do you guys think overall that quote unquote hate for Nodkrai is overblown?
Yes.
I say hate in quotations. Yeah. Okay. What do you think?
A little bit.
I mean, well, first of all, the region's like not even out yet. I do think that people
The
are a
patch as
little
a
bit
whole, I should
like
say.
kind
My
of
bad. I want to specify
patch as a
because
whole.
yeah, like not like the region itself because I think the region's gonna be fucking cool, but like the whole concept of everything that's being provided. Obviously, we can't speak on the
Like
map.
6.0?
Yeah, like 6.0. Do you think
Okay.
there's so much negativity, like too much negativity? That's I should have specified that. That's my fault.
A little bit.
I mean,
You
a
think a
little
little
bit,
bit?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just a little bit.
For sure. For
Like
sure.
there are some negative things in Notkrai, but overall, like it's not that bad. Like
Okay.
I've seen some people like there's like this drama going on with like Alice, I think, where like a lot of people are not happy the fact that she has a husband. You know what I'm saying? Like it's goofy shit like that where like people are making drama over the dumbest things in Notkrai.
Yeah,
So
yeah. For
yeah,
sure. For sure, for
yeah,
sure. Those people are that just chronically lying on Twitter though. Like I don't know if like
it's
I would.
weird.
Yeah, I get that though. There's definitely positives to it, like for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think, Axe?
I do think like given what we just came off of, NatlAN, which is probably the most controversial region we've ever had, people are certainly like kind of like on edge of like I don't really know if this is going to be a good time. But I do think some people just kind of like hate Genshin because it's Genshin. Like no matter
For
what they
sure.
do, people are gonna shit on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, and especially with like Wuthering Waves that comes out and everybody loves it. And I will say a lot of the things in Wuwa are better than Genshin. That they're looking at that and they're seeing, oh, why isn't Genshin doing this? Why isn't Genshin doing that? And I mean, I do have faith for the region. I do think it looks nice. I think the lunar reactions could be interesting. Level 100, I'm not the biggest fan of, but I don't think it's the worst thing ever.
Okay.
But like, it's just like I think it's just kind of a product of like being the most popular thing. People are gonna shit on it no matter what. So it is what it is.
The positives are outweighing any type of negative for you, which I think is fair, right? That's how I'm
Uh,
interpreting it.
I mean, I will say like I think like if we're just like going off like what we see, I already like it more than NatlAN. I think I like
Okay.
the characters a lot more than I like NatlAN or the NatlAN characters. But like, yeah, I'm not gonna look at this and be like, oh, everything's fixed from now on. Like, no, I'm still gonna look at it. I'm still gonna be critical of it. But I do think overall, from what I've seen, yeah, I think it looks pretty good.
For sure. And I think that's fair. I don't think it's like the worst thing that they've ever created, but yeah. Okay. Fleur, what do you think?
I'd say I'm kind of in a similar boat to Axe. I would say I'm like kind of apprehensive about it, I guess, where I'm
That's a big
like,
word, bro.
basically the way that I'm looking at Nodkrai is I really dislike NatlAN, and that was the first time since the game launched that I stopped logging into the game. So if they went like I'm playing the game right now, I've come back to it because I'm excited for Nodkrai. but they also need to earn me staying, whereas before I would have just played.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, yeah, I am looking forward to it, in the sense of like there are things that look nice. They look much better than NatlAN did. But I'm also like, well, you did mess up once, so I'm not necessarily going all in, balls to the wall. Like I'm super excited. I'm gonna play it, 10 hours a day, like that kind of stuff. So it's just
Sure.
like I'm kind of just in a we'll see what happens kind of thing, kind of
Yeah.
mood.
I think that's honestly the best way to look at it. I fell for the hype.
Yeah.
I straight up fell for the hype. Like, on God. I thought everyone's like, Nodkrai's going to fix it. Hoyoverse put out that 20-minute video like, we're scrambling. We're trying to fix the fucking game. We recognize we fucked up the storytelling. And I was like, oh, like, they're really locking it in. And then I was like, okay, this is more of the same shit. So I absolutely fell for the hype like an asshole. It is what it is. Ty, what do you think?
I
Say you
I
hate it.
personally like no, like, because the thing is, like, I've said a lot of negative things or the things I dislike about Genshin, but at the end of the day, I still love Genshin a lot. Like, I love this game, so I am very excited for whenever a new region is dropping. Especially Nodkrai with a lot of big characters being added in, like Alice, like Varka, like people who were just rumored or talked about. And now we're going to get to see them in person, and they're going to be a part of the story, which is very exciting for me. Which means that there's probably going to be like a lot of cool lore drops and stuff during this story. So I am very excited for that. And especially, I'm like, it can't be worse than NatlAN. Like, there's no way. It's got to be like. So I'm going to be pretty hyped for this.
Oh man, well, I don't know. Listen, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I hope
I
it
hope
is.
you're right, man.
Yeah, straight
Yeah.
up, for sure.
I really hope that Varka, just because Ty mentioned it, I really hope that they actually give Varka a new model. I just want to say that. Like, he needs to be, like, buff.
Yeah, not like a
Oh,
cappuccino model where it's the same.
True.
Like,
Wait a
it's the
sec.
same
Actually, that'd
shit.
be so goated.
Yeah.
They've been doing it with NatlAN. Oh my god, I'd be so
Yeah.
excited for that.
Yeah,
Like,
that'd be sick.
Varka is definitely one of the characters that I'm, like, super excited for. So I basically, I'm just hoping they do him right.
If they
So-
ruin his in-game model, like EOS, bro, it's
Bro,
Don't be another. Don't be
Okay, I
another
don't know
Ito.
about that, but
yeah.
Don't
Nah,
remind me about Ito. I'll start crying. Like it's
Dude,
rough
if they do
out here.
like Artak Ito again, I will cry.
yeah,
Well,
they
they
did
did
Ito
start-
so dirty.
yeah.
It's so awful.
What do you think?
They
Ty?
did start giving some. I know Varessa and Skirk, and I think one other character I forgot have
I think
like
Ino
technically
isn't, like-
unique models.
I think most
Oh.
of the NatlAN cast does.
Yeah, like so
Yeah.
they are starting to like break out of like the short girl, tall girl,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then child model, and then little guy, big guy model. Like they're starting to like they're all like in between heights. Like I honestly really didn't even pay that much attention, and then I think I was like on Skirk, and I was like, wait, she's like a little bit too tall. Like, I
definitely
was like, what's
noticed
wrong with
Verissa,
her?
bro? Because Twitter was going crazy over Verissa before she came out. Like, God damn! But I'm like, all right, like,
People losing their
yeah,
minds.
they were going crazy. Do you
That
think?
Marissa drama was crazy.
Yeah. Do you think the hate is? Do you think it's overhated, Tori?
Well, I didn't even know it was a thing because I was on vacation and then I
Oh.
came back and I watched the live stream last night. So I was like, what la da da? Like again,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
La La Land, always. But I don't know. I think, like I said, like people could have valid concerns for sure, but like I feel like a lot of the time it is just people hating because it's Genshin and they're done with the game, which like that's like fair. Like there were a lot of things that happened this year that really pissed me off. I know, I think Pharos, it was you that mentioned it earlier, like the whole like Mawika and Seat Lolly being released on the same patch. I went on
Yeah.
probably like the longest tirade about that. Like I was saying like I probably would have spent more money on that patch if they were released at least in different halves. But it was the
Yeah,
fact that they
yeah.
were released on the same half that I was like, I'm not spending $1 on this because that just pissed me the fuck off. And like other things like that, like I know this is such a minor thing, but for me, it really bothered me. Like, just like the cast, like all being like literally paler than my microphone. And like, this is supposed to be like South America, Central America, and Africa. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
shit pissed
Yeah,
me off.
valid.
Like,
That's
I don't know.
valid.
It was just so like, I remember during the tournament scene, like when they're all singing and we saw the live stream and I believe it was like Swahili. I don't remember what language it was, but you see in the live stream all these beautiful people singing their native language and it's so gorgeous. And then you get to the game and all the NPCs are this color. or that
Yeah.
color, or maybe the color of the stripe on my shirt. Like it was just
Yeah.
like all varying shades of cream, and I was like, it just bothered me. It took me out because I was like, this is not.
A lot of people felt that way.
I don't
A lot
know.
of people felt like a
Yeah.
lot
And
of
like,
people
listen,
quit.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it really bothered me. I like, this is the only time I really ever got. I was gonna get involved in like drama for once in my life and make a whole video about it, but I chickened out. But like I
Yep.
know, like I mean, I'm an example. Like Hispanic people literally can look like anything, so like I understand that, like obviously, but like they also look like other things, you know? Like it was just a little
Yeah.
bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
That was
Well,
something that really bothered me. So like I said, like valid concerns, like obviously NatlAN pissed a lot of people off, and there were a lot of ways it rightfully so pissed a lot of people off. But overall, I feel like it's probably overblown. I feel like people tend to like overreact about these sort of things. Like I know, like even in chat, like a lot of people are like, "This is like utter disrespect and like
Yeah.
harsh language" to me, and I'm just like, "Y'all care that bad?" Like a lot of the times, I don't really care that much at the end of the day. But like, I don't know. I feel like overall, I feel like it'll settle down. It'll simmer down. Just give it time. I feel like people will either enjoy it
I pray to God,
and
bro.
or they won't, and they'll hopefully stop talking about it, and or even better, stop playing. You know what I mean? Like, if it really bothers you, I feel like for your own peace, just uninstall the game and move on. Like,
You know,
Yeah,
don't
that's
sure.
torture
what
yourself for
wait,
sure. Don't torture yourself.
I want to touch on that though real quick. I was gonna try to do that as the outro, but that's what one of the homies told me yesterday. But I feel like, to be fair, like I don't even think this is like a content creator maybe this is mainly a content creator thing, but like look, I like Woowa. Woowa cannot carry the gacha space. Like I want Genshin to succeed. Like I don't want to wake up and be like, okay, here's another day that I have to fucking shit on this game because they've done something so stupid, like the artifact loadout, the skip button
Mhm.
that's not existent, the quote unquote skip button. Like it's just consistently like half baked shit. And I think people, when they see like someone like myself shitting on the game a lot, it's like obviously I like the game. I streamed it for like 1,200 hours, right? Like I used to fucking play Abyss 24/7, but it's like I do think people take any criticism, and now there's extremists, absolutely, and sometimes I'm a part of that. It is what it is, right? I can get it, I can get involved in that where it's like it's just drama. It's just drama farming. And it's like, okay, well, how about we just like fucking address the issue, right? How about we have like a nuanced conversation? Why I appreciate you guys. But, the better Genshin is, the better it is for the space. And obviously it's in a spot where people are clearly playing it and spending money on it. But like the consistent backhanded things that they keep doing with the talents, the artifacts, the skip button, yada yada yada. Like that's why people keep talking about it. And I do think it is fair for people to feel disrespected because I'm like, all right, man, like it is what it is. I fucked up. I fell for the hype. But as a person who's like started with that game and really loves it and wants to enjoy it, it's just like now I'm a farm it. Like I'm a farm it when it's good and I'm a farm it when it's bad. Because I
Mhm.
do think that there is no nuance to these conversations, and I feel like it is important to speak about those things. So I don't think you're necessarily wrong with what you're saying. Obviously, people take it to crazy extremes, like they're fucking trying to cancel Doro over like a TikTok the guy did like fucking 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Like some of these people are fucking crazy.
So it's always Doro, bro. That
Yeah,
poor-
they go after
it's
that, man.
always,
I
he's
don't-
That
always
poor
on.
man.
Like,
Bro,
oh my god,
they
poor
always-
guy.
You do.
what did he do?
Koyo
He
44.
bro, it's crazy, man.
Wait, what are they
But
mad
what
about
did he
now
do?
this
He made a
time?
TikTok 2 years ago. Okay.
Didn't
Dude,
even know
God
about it.
forbid.
Like,
Bro.
what is it even about?
He looked at Eula's ass. I'll say it. Eula's fine as fuck, bro. I got a body pillow of Eula right now. Like she's
Preach.
fucking, like she's
Hey, look
sexy
at
as hell.
cheeks, man. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
and then so
Wait,
like
that's
that,
why people were mad?
bro. I swear to
That's
God, that
so,
whole
bro.
Oh,
thread,
that's crazy.
that whole
It
thread
has a
on
whole
Twitter.
girlfriend. Like, obviously, it's just like fun and games. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, I'm
damn.
telling y'all, this community is like the most.
yeah,
Like the
yeah.
Genshin community is by far one of the worst communities I've ever seen. I've seen some other bad communities like the My Hero community. That community is terrible. League of Legends, Valorant. Like I've seen some bad communities, but this community, they will take the smallest thing that nobody cares about and blow it out of proportion. It's insane.
Yeah, it's.
I will say it's definitely a gotcha thing. I'm sorry, you speak. I
No,
was
you're right.
talking.
It's definitely a gotcha thing. It's not only like, I think I'm on the receiving end of Hoyo a lot, but I've also been on the receiving end of I've been on the receiving end of like the woo shit as well. But what do you think, Ferris? Overall, you think it's overhated, underhated? You think we should hate on it more? I think you and me should
Like
hate on
Genshin
it 20
Impact?
times more on Notkrai.
Oh yeah, we should 100% hate on it. I'm playing.
Yup.
Nodkrai, I feel like Yeah, we can definitely give it a chance. You know, I'm gonna give it a shot, see how it
For
is,
sure.
and if I don't like it, back
You're
to
gonna
square
make
one.
videos about it. Yeah. And I'm gonna
Sure.
do it too, straight up. Yeah.
Let me up.
Yup, that's what I'm saying. The one last thing I'll say, and then I'll let you guys go because I apologize. It's been going on for so long. I got nothing else to say. I forgot. Never mind.
That's
I actually
crazy.
don't. Yeah.
Well, you
straight up
said
forgot. I straight
like
up
it's Hoyer
forgot.
making too many games.
Oh, I mean, like, I don't know. I do. Brand made a video about that, and I thought it was a really good conversation. I do think Hoyo is doing this thing where they'll drop Genshin. There seems to be lacking quality of life. They'll put it in Star Rail. Star Rail will drop. There's lacking quality of life. They'll put it in ZZZ. And then they don't normally always go back for the older game. And now, like, they're making a Animus Nexus. And I do think there was a conversation for them kind of moving a little fast, but I
They're
don't
making
know.
another game?
You didn't see Honkai Anima Nexus? It's literally
Yeah,
You know about that?
Pokemon TFT.
yeah, it's
Gotcha.
TFT. It's
No.
gotcha TFT. Yeah, you might like it actually. I think you would like it a lot. It's a cozy game. It's like little Pokemons. You go around, you work out with them, and then it's
Oh!
literally TFT.
I saw something like a picture with Blade with like a Pokemon like a million years
Yeah.
ago. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I forgot about that, Loki.
Yeah,
My
I don't
bad.
know.
And that's not even mentioning. Aren't they also working on like a
Yeah.
Animal Crossing game,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Teak
yeah, yeah.
Planet or whatever?
That
Yeah.
too.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Really?
playing that. I'm playing
I'm
that.
playing the fuck out of that. I started streaming
Nice.
Animal Crossing. I'm going back to my roots. That'd be crazy.
Nice.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
For sure.
Oh, wait,
Also,
gotcha Animal Crossing? Ooh.
yeah. Sidebar, UGC looks
Fancy
amazing.
single
Before someone
quality.
fucking yells that I didn't bring it up, UGC looks great. It doesn't fix
UGC
Genshin
looks
Impact,
sick.
but it looks awesome. I'm very excited to try it. I don't care. I will just say that. But
I'm
yeah,
excited for the Among Us collab.
they'll do
That's
anything
gonna
but
be
make a
fun.
resin bank. That's how I looked at that. No, I'm being a dick. I'm being a dick. Does anyone
That
have
would
any
be a
other?
good idea.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any thoughts? Like Axe, Fleur, you guys. Anything else you wanted to like throw in there, or?
I think so.
No, I think I'm good. I think we had a good
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, no, for sure. Tori,
Yeah.
Ty, Sarah's what you saying?
I would.
I'm good.
You guys go first.
No, you've interrupted them already. You just got to go now.
All right. Anyways, sorry. I was just gonna say, I feel like having these conversations with like everyone who has like a different mindset and different perspective is really good, because I feel like the whole, what is it, gotcha tribalism and like how these
Yeah.
communities react. Like, it's like if you want like one game, like you can't like the other. Like, I cannot tell you like the amount of crazy comments I get when I try a different game from like every community. Like, I know I saw some people being like the Genshin community, like. The only time I ever got hate comments on a Woo video was when I said Genshin streamer in the title. Once I took that out and put in new player, everyone was nice to me. And I think
That's
that's
crazy.
crazy. And I really do like, I think like having conversations and being like normal people and like listening to each other and explaining our perspectives, like hopefully it like kind of alleviates all that. Cause like you people are crazy. Like,
Yeah. No, for sure.
like relax.
Right?
Like
It's,
just have the like, or Ethan, you're saying like lack of nuanced conversation. Like let's like people need to have those conversations. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
just calm down.
no, exactly. That's why I appreciate you guys coming on, because like again, I have a more jaded perspective, right? But like, Fleur and Axe and Utori and Ty are more in the boat of, I think me and Pharos really have a lot of similar views on shit. And you guys are kind of just like, it's a negative and it's unfortunate. Some things are generally positive, but I'm going to roll with the punches. And I had a conversation with a chatter yesterday. Same exact fucking thing. He's like, dude, at the end of the day, I give them the benefit of the doubt and I'm rolling with the punches. And I think that's fair. I never dislike someone for playing the game or like making content on it or talking positively. I just dislike when we categorize any single person that speaks out as drama farming. That's what I think is cringe, right?
Yeah.
So I'm down to have a conversation with anyone. I don't give a fuck, right? We could talk. So yeah, no, I appreciate you guys, because gotcha tribalism is cringe, right? Now, obviously, I fucking everyone's guilty of leaning into gotcha tribalism. It is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna pretend I'm a saint.
Who's everyone? Speak for yourself.
Maybe actually, you might be the only person who doesn't do that. Like you and Ty, I don't know. Fleur makes hit pieces. The HSR community hates it. No.
You know what it is? I have a job. Like I have like hobbies.
I have a
like
job.
friends.
What the fuck? I got a job.
Like,
I don't have friends. I just got Emily, but I got a job. Like, you know what I mean? But
no, but
yeah.
I feel like I don't know. It's just such a weird thing to like tie a part of your personality to and like your core and like your identity. Like I like this gotcha game.
Yeah.
Like, congrats.
is
Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
of all the things I really hold on to like that, I feel like it's so insignificant. So
It's
I
a
don't know.
very it's like their version of Xbox versus PlayStation, right?
Yep.
And not
Literally,
not
like
much,
what?
yeah.
Like,
not
does the thing
everyone
play the game? Like,
and not everything has to be a Hoyo versus Koro thing, right? Sometimes it is because like people are showing like, hey, Wu was doing this better, or sometimes Genshin does shit better than Koro too, like capturing radiance and shit. Like there are positives, but I think again everything is stripped to you're a Koro bot, you're a Hoyo show, go fuck yourself. And I don't know, I think it is good to have these type of conversations. So I appreciate you guys hopping on. Ferris, you got anything to add? Ty, you guys got anything to add? Or what Pat got?
Oh, no,
out
I
of
think
this?
this is a really fun conversation. Very good.
Yeah, appreciate you
At the end
guys.
one thing I think that like at the end of the day, like we all I think had something negative to say about Genshin, but I feel like for the most part, like a lot of us enjoy the game. So or like I still enjoy the game. And I think that when you're really close to something, that's when you can really see the negatives or like and that's why we're able to point them out or we point them out more often sometimes.
For sure. Yeah,
Agreed.
absolutely. Yeah. Ferris, you got anything else to add, or are we chilling?
Yeah, I would say like this is great. The fact that we can all come together, talk things out and just have a normal conversation because a lot of people on the internet they think CCs if they have different opinions then they're not cool, they're not chill, and that's just not the
Yeah.
case. Like whenever we drop videos on Genshin, Woo or whatever, it could be like a 10-minute video, 12-minute video. After that, we're just moving on with our life. We're just doing something else, doing whatever because it's not that deep. So this is good. Hopefully we can do this more in the future. But yeah, I had a good time with all you guys.
We gotta do something with UGC when it comes out. Straight up, we gotta play. We gotta play like
Like,
League of
please?
Valor, like this group.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
that
That'd be
sounds
fun,
fun.
man.
Can
yeah,
we?
that'd be dope.
Among Us. I hope they add it to that.
Yo,
Like, I'm
yeah.
that
That'd be
is gonna
sick.
be so much.
That'll
Whatever
be the
it
real
is.
collab. The
I
Among Us collab
Oh,
in
yeah.
game.
I am going to do something Saturday, if there's enough content and if I can get enough of it done as like a post Nodkrai discussion. So I'll let you guys know if you guys want to hop back in. But yeah, I appreciate the fuck out of all of you.